Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown sports headlines. In a shocking upset, the San Francisco 49ers lost against the Minnesota Vikings 22-17 on Monday night. Brock Purdy was 21 for 31 with 272 yards passing and a touchdown. However, two fourth-quarter interceptions cost the 49ers the game. 49ers play again Sunday versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And the NBA is back tonight. The Lakers and Nuggets are facing off in the first game of the season, followed by Kevin Durant versus Steph Curry in Phoenix and Golden State's opening matchup. It's homecoming night for Sacramento State football this Saturday versus the Idaho State Bengals. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock p.m. Come early and enjoy the festivities and get your tickets at HornetSports.com. Reminder, all guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Let's get started here on Sactown Sports.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Zach Zakariah, alongside Emiliano Fergoso. Sactown Sports, 1140. We got you for the next 4 hours.
Yes,
Tons
we do.
to talk about. Niners.
Yeah, I think we're good. We just covered it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We just did it right there.
And I believe there's like playoff baseball going on. Nobody wants to talk about it.
We got to do a little bit.
I'm going to sneak it in there a little bit.
I'm down. Let's do
Okay.
it. I'll do it.
And then I think there's like this round ball game.
Round ball.
I think this Naismith guy came up with it.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like a basket, like a gross screen.
Like a hoop?
Yeah. And you put a ball through it.
Whoa.
I think that starts tonight.
It does.
Okay. So we're going to do all of that. Do we have a guest today, Kyle? I mean, we got things moving. We got spinning plates. We got Kyle Ledbetter doing a great job on the updates and producing. Our boy Nathan is out there on the highway.
Yeah. He'll be in shortly, hopefully.
Who knows? He could be here. He could not be here.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's going to be a wild show.
We'll all find out together.
Yes, he will.
That'll be the beauty.
Double duty back here. Let's get it.
Kind of like when you send an all-out blitz
Oh, my gosh.
at the end of a half.
Yep.
And you take a chance. Now, we'll start with that, okay? Niners fans, what is it? 916-339-1140.
There you
I
go.
Nailed it.
Damn.
On Twitter,
Wow.
I'm at Zach Sports, ZAK Sports. I've made it easy for you. You just got to click that link. You can watch us live streaming on YouTube, although I have not pulled it up yet over here on our screen.
You will shortly.
And you are at Emiliano Fergoso.
Yep. It's a long name.
Follow the guy. You'll
Yep.
find it. There can't be a lot of Emiliano
There are
Fergosos out there. Okay,
I've checked.
there you go. So we've done all that stuff. And you can follow Sactown Sports on all sorts of media platforms. But let's start with just that play. Because I think if you walked away from that game, right, we can talk about Purdy's back-to-back interceptions. We can talk about the fumble, McCaffrey. By the way, does that guy ever not score a touchdown? Because I don't know. Has he passed everybody yet?
16 straight.
It
One
feels like-
away from the record.
It feels like
One away.
every time I'm reviewing a Niner game, it's about a McCaffrey touchdown. But anyways, we can talk about all that stuff. But I think the biggest thing, if you were to just be a novice, right?
Yes.
Let's say you would never watch football and you watched that game last night.
Sure.
The biggest play was the all-out blitz, which looked like it could have been a second interception,
Yep.
but instead turned into a touchdown. Are you Monday morning quarterbacking? I guess it would be Tuesday morning quarterbacking that decision, or it was this close to being a pick, so it would have been a great decision. How do you stand on that?
You can't call an all-out blitz when you're 60 yards downfield.
Okay, so you're going to take that route,
You
huh?
can't, no.
Okay.
And I think Kyle Shanahan's taking that route, too, because after the game, they asked him about it, and he goes,
Saw that.
we got to talk to Steve this week about that, and I wasn't happy with the results.
Yeah.
Which tells me I wasn't happy with the play call.
Yeah, but it was so close to going the other way.
Yeah, sure, but there was way more risk and reward in that play call. I mean, Kirk had been dicing up the offense all the first half, and they just wanted to get off the field. They wanted to get to halftime without giving the ball back to the Vikings offense because the defense just couldn't stop them. And Kirk made his worst throw of the day was that throw, and Travarius Ward almost had the pick, and even then it turned into a touchdown.
So, okay, but then how do you question the play call? If the play call was so close to going the Niners' way, how can you really say that it was a bad? I mean, obviously, you have to deal with the result.
Yes.
What I'm saying is the result could have been so much different.
Could have.
And then all of a sudden we're praising him. This is the same thing. I said this yesterday on the show. When you're watching baseball and a guy throws a strike 3 looking, right? And it's like right on the corner.
Yeah.
And it's a strike. And they go, oh, just a nasty, filthy slider, right? From pitcher X.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the same pitch gets knocked out of the park and they go, oh, he hung that one. Like, it was the same pitch. So it's like, yeah, you can look at it like, oh, is it filthy and he struck him out looking, or did he hang something that got banged out of the park?
Yeah. It's all about perspective. It's all about how the end result happened. And this time ended with a touchdown because Jordan Addison, the rookie wide receiver, came to play and came to party, and he was fantastic against Travarius Ward. Cooked him for most of the day. Mooney had a couple PIs and holdings as well, illegal contact, I believe, downfield, and they just couldn't really stop him. And that's kind of what this comes down to, is that Steve Wilkes' play calling was not great, and he felt like he was kind of guessing half the time out there between going back from blitz to conservative to blitz conservative. You run a lot of zone, and I get it. They got to run a lot of zone. I understand that they got a lot but if you're not getting pressure up front, then you're not going to be able to stop anyone.
Yeah. Look, no sacks, right?
Zero.
That's
zilch
from what is widely considered one of the best defensive lines in football.
Yes.
So that obviously stands out. But instead of going micro, let's go a little macro here.
Okay.
In terms of Purdy, is this some sort of coming down to earth thing? Because here's what I've done, which is not popular for sports radio, but I'm going to do it anyway, Emil. What I have been is, I would like to say, level-headed, okay? I didn't get crazy on the MVP train when they were 5-0 and they beat the brakes off the Cowboys. And I'm also not going to go full-blown Purdy's a bum now. To me, Purdy has been the same guy, and I would put him in the above-average category. Not the guy who can win with crapola, a la Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Got rid of Tyreek Hill. He has no weapons over there in Kansas City, and he's still making it work. Well, he has Kelsey.
He has Kelsey. That's something.
Well, that's a lot. But, outside of that, he's making chicken soup out of chicken you-know-what.
Yeah.
But I also never had him below. Like, I didn't say that, he was just a system quarterback, and he's only doing this because of his coaching and his personnel around him.
Yeah.
But do you think that this is going to be as we watch things on television over the course of the show, do you think this is going to be a day where everybody's going to drop on Purdy?
Oh, there's so much slander already going around. Even from last night.
Did I miss it? I had a long night.
There's just a lot of slander. Brock can't. They're saying Brock was the MVP. He can't lead them back. All this stuff. Look, Brock Purdy played a pretty good game up until those 2 interceptions.
You almost did it. You didn't, but you almost did.
I almost.
Purdy, good game.
He did a Purdy.
How many times have you heard that?
So many times.
Okay,
I tried not to do it.
No, you
now.
didn't do it, but then you said pretty good game.
He had a pretty good game.
So you came close. Okay.
I didn't want to do it on purpose. I could have done the Purdy good.
Go ahead.
But no, he was very, very good in this game. And, finished the stats, 272 passing, 1 TD, 1 interception. And they were able to effectively move the ball. It's just that whenever they moved the ball, one play would happen and they would get backed up on the chains. And then the whole drive would collapse. Yeah. And that's the problem with the Niners, is that if they get backed up on the chains at all on first or second down, there's problems. And that can't happen. You have to be able to move the football effectively on third down. And they have struggled to do that last couple weeks.
Yeah, a quote from Purdy post-game: "We came in with the right mindset. We just got to execute better."
Yep.
And what I thought was the most important. So I like to go between the weeds. See, you cover the team, right?
Yes.
So you're in the locker room. You're in the press room. You're getting all the quotes. It's probably a lot coming at you. What I like to do from my vantage point is I like to weed through all that stuff. So you get quotes like that, not a huge deal. Where I do put a lot of emphasis is quotes from people like Warner, who said basically, we can win when we're up 30-0.
Yeah.
But what are we going to do when we need to come back and win?
It was a big game like that for them.
22-17, Emil, this is more on the offense than the defense. I mean, I'm sorry.
It is.
I mean,
it's also on the defense. So they get 452 yards total of offense to the Vikings. That's most all year for them.
If I told you that tomorrow the Niners play the Eagles in the NFC Championship game and the Eagles score 22 points, you would say the Niners what?
Would be right there at the end.
They would win, right?
Possibly.
Okay. If I said that they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and the Chiefs scored 22 points, you would say the Niners would what? win.
Probably win, yes.
You got to score more than 22 points.
It's about who you're playing, though. The defense matters, and Philly has a really good defense.
Of course. We've seen defenses own Super Bowls. Look at the Ravens. Look at the Bucks from years
Patriots,
past.
Rams was like
Kansas
that.
City just shut out the Chargers last week, too. Their defense is good this year.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
Yep.
But
I'm saying.
my thing is, if you are worth your money, then you're scoring more than 22 points.
I agree.
Sorry. I put this loss on the offense.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely.
I put on the defense.
Okay.
I'm on the other side.
Explain.
There are
22 points is my only counter.
You have to look at the drives, though, right? The Vikings only had 8 meaningful drives the whole game, and they scored on 5 of 8 drives. And not only that, their possession, and this is the whole thing with Niners, if they lose a possession battle, they're screwed.
The drives were long.
34, almost 35 minutes possession for the Vikings, 25 for the Niners.
Yeah,
That's
but
10 minutes of offense that the Niners did not have.
I know.
And that is why they lost this game, is because every single time they got backed up, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10, Kirk converted. They just couldn't get the pressure. It was on the defense mostly. Brock could have done better, obviously. The offense could have been better. The McCaffrey fumble at the beginning was probably what changed the whole scheme of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense was terrible yesterday, and they'll admit it themselves.
Kirk Cousins had 378 yards passing.
He's terrible on prime time. Terrible.
He wasn't
and
last
he
night.
looked amazing.
He didn't look okay. Again, my counter is 22 points. If you let up 22 points, you should win the game.
They scored 22 against one of the best teams in the NFL. At least we thought weeks ago.
All right, Kyle, I got an assignment for you in the commercial break. Look up the average score per team. I know scoring is down, by the way. Look it up for last year and then look it up for this year. If you let up 22 points, you should win the game. Point blank, period.
I agree.
I do not put this on the defense.
The offense could have done more, yes, but the defense is the reason why the offense isn't getting possessions.
Okay, and McCaffrey, by the way, just real quickly, because we didn't have you on yesterday, shout out to Timber Creek.
Shout out Timber Creek Golf Course, Roseville,
Book your
California.
tea time now, you know what I'm saying?
Book tea times.
Timber Creek, if you're listening to me right now, holler at your boy, at Zach Sports on Twitter, ZAK Sports. Were you okay with Christian McCaffrey playing?
I was.
Okay.
I understood it.
You think that they have people in place where they knew that he couldn't risk it any further, right? That was my line of thinking.
If they felt he was in serious trouble, they wouldn't have played him. But the fact that he got a full workload and played every single snap told me that he's okay.
Okay. Well, I will tell you why the offense was to blame. And I will go further than just saying if you let up 22 points, you should win. And hopefully Kyle gives us an average.
Well, here's your answer. So
no, tease it, Kyle.
Okay.
Tease it, Kyle. We got to tease the people. This is radio. You know what I'm saying? 916-339-1140. If you want to jump in, Niners fans, are you panicked? I wouldn't be. I still think that you were going to win the Browns game. I still think you're going to win the Vikings game. As far as I'm concerned, they're 7-0.
You lost both of them.
I know. I'm aware. We'll discuss more Monday Night Football. And then I promise you, Kings fans, we will get into the hoop season, which is on the horizon, a doubleheader. And Charles Barkley issuing an apology for graphics. I don't think that's Charles Barkley's area of expertise.
I don't know about that.
But maybe he did it on behalf of TNT. All of that next.
There you go, Chuck.
You're listening to a mill. Zakariah, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad that those arch supports are in my shoes. I had terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the Good Feet arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad. If I had known about the Good Feet arch support earlier, I would have more than one championship. I would have 2 championship rings.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, Sacramento. Happy Tuesday.
Sacramento.
Not a happy day guy, but happy Tuesday.
I like Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't LeBron do that for like years?
It's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, he tried to trademark it.
Didn't work.
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been trademarked like years ago? Anyways. NBA season. LeBron playing tonight.
Yes.
Doubleheader.
I like that.
We're going to get into some round ball at the bottom of the hour. But right now, we stick with the Niners. And this is what I'll do, Emil. Okay? This is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
You tell me that last night was on the defense.
Mhm.
I think that's a hot take.
Okay.
I mean, if you were on the 4-letter network right now, that would be scrolling. Emil says Niners defense to blame.
That'd be
last
cool.
night's game. That would be cool. 22 points. You got to win. And here's my thing. Purdy had not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. He had 2 opportunities to win that game.
Yeah.
And he threw picks on back-to-back possessions.
He did.
That's on the offense, man. The defense put them in position. If you're on the road on Monday Night Football and you only allow 22 points and your offense has the ball twice to go down there and score and get the game-winning score, that's on the offense, not the defense.
No, okay.
And I'm not worried about Purdy. Again, I'm not jumping off the Purdy boat. I was never even maybe I was in the middle of the boat. I'm not at the back of the boat now.
Okay.
I was never at the front of the boat. I'm still in the middle.
I'm at the front of the boat.
Okay. Well, there you go. So then, like, why are you giving him a pass on that?
Because the second pick wasn't that bad. The first one was. The second pick was him just trying to do too much and trying to fit a tight window, which is what Purdy does. But he got caught, and Cam Bynum got the first pick, got the second one as well. Good play by him. The first pick was a terrible throw, but completely derailed the drive. And that's 100% on Purdy, and he knows it. He talked to Fred Warner after the game, spoke very quietly with him, a nice conversation about, I made these mistakes. It's my fault. Fred said, no. It's the whole team's fault. The defense didn't step up, all this stuff. Yes, Brock could have been better. But to say that Brock was the reason they lost this game, I disagree.
Okay. And explain again why you think this is on the defense. I understand the elongated
452 yards of offense, the most since the Chiefs game.
But how many points?
Time.
How many points?
22.
Okay.
Do you want to know why? Because they had 2 goal line stands. If without those 2 goal line stands, they scored 30 points.
And a missed field goal.
Thank you.
Let's go to our fine producer, Kyle, who you just heard from. Give me the average points per game for an NFL team this year and last year. Please.
Okay. So if you averaged 22 points per game last year, you would rank 14th in the NFL in points scored.
Okay.
Middle of the pack.
I stand corrected.
If you averaged 22 points per game this year in the NFL, you would be 17th in the NFL. And you know who is 17th in the NFL? That would be the Minnesota Vikings. So
interesting.
You would be the Minnesota Vikings if you averaged 22 points a game.
Okay. I would have thought that
here's the problem.
It would have been more.
The metrics tell you the Niners defense is bad. In terms of their run defense is bad.
Yep.
2 years ago, best run defense in the NFL. Last year, second best run defense in the NFL. You know what they're at right now?
Tell me.
25th in run defense. And they were going up against the 25th run offense in the Vikings, and they made it look
run the ball.
Easy on them.
I think they didn't have a rushing touchdown.
They didn't have a touchdown, but Madison broke off first play of the game, 19-yard run.
No, I mean all year they haven't.
Oh, the Vikings
had an offensive
they've
rushing
been
touchdown.
bad.
Yeah.
They've been terrible.
Yeah.
And yet the Vikings made it look easy against the Niners.
Okay. Well, look, yesterday I caused a stir, if you will. A couple days left here. I'm just having fun out here.
I get it, yeah.
And I threw out that Kings fans and Kings players and Kings coaches and the Kings organization should be more angry than they are. They should have been the 2 preseason losses to the Warriors.
Oh.
The team that knocked you out as you're wearing a Kings jersey.
Yeah.
What name is on the back there? Who's 24?
It's Reggie Theus.
Oh, okay. There
Come on now.
That's a throwback.
I know. Baby
Throwback
Blues.
for real.
I'm a big Baby Blue guy.
I thought that they should have been angry. That's the team that knocked you out of the playoffs in Game 7 in your own home. And then you lost in OT at home, and then you lost by the babyface assassin. So I said Kings fans, Kings Nation, Kingdom, as we're calling it.
Kingdom.
I think I coined that.
Kingdom.
I might have coined Kingdom.
Okay.
Anyways, they should be angry. Now, you tell me, Do the Niners players sound angry? This is Shanahan postgame, basically saying both of us are right. Offense and defense, just overall outplay.
Yep.
And we flat out got beat. And I think right now you got to take it like a man. And we got a game here. And I think tomorrow we wake up, it'll be 5 days from now. We got a team coming off a bye week who's been waiting for this for a little bit. And we can't sit here and worry about what's happened before this. We got to make sure that we do everything from now all the way till Sunday when that game's over to find a way to beat the Bengals.
Got flat out beat.
Yep.
Did he sound angry?
Yeah.
Sounded annoyed.
He sounded both. Christian McCaffrey was angry.
Okay.
That was the angriest I've ever seen Christian McCaffrey.
Well, yeah, he put it on himself.
He was mad.
Talk about taking ownership.
Yeah.
He basically said the game was on me.
He's a perfectionist. And so when he makes any mistake, he's going to say it's all on me.
Yeah, but fumbles like that, unless you're loose and careless with the ball, I don't hold fumbles against guys most of the time, especially when you get, who was the guy from the Chicago Bears? Peanut Tillman.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that used to punch the ball out. You're going to blame the guy for fumbling that?
Your job is to hold the ball, you're running back. Here's a stat for you.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, from 2019 to 2022, had 0 fumbles. This season, he's had 2 fumbles already.
Okay. That's a good stat. I mean, not a good stat, but yeah, that's something.
This is now an outlier for McCaffrey. He has to have better job. He put gloves on after the fumble. What does that tell you? That he's not getting a feel for the ball as much.
I guess, but don't you separate being careless with the ball versus when a fumble is forced? They call it a forced fumble.
I agree.
That's a stat.
There's a different thing.
If you force the fumble versus you losing it, it's totally different to me. That was a forced fumble.
It wasn't like the Fred Warner punch against Tony Pollard.
No.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But McCaffrey still should have held on to the ball. He has to do better with that, fumbling in the red zone especially.
And I appreciate him taking accountability for sure. But let's hear from Shanahan again, what I was talking about, why I'm putting this on the offense and not the defense. He had 2 opportunities to get the game-winning score and instead turn the ball over.
I thought on the first one to Juwan, he just missed the throw. And I thought he just sailed it a little bit inside, had Juwan right there. The second one, then they're soft as can be, going down without any timeouts. And he tried to lob it over a guy who was really deep. And it looked like the guy climbed the ladder and made a hell of a play.
Climbed the ladder, made a hell of a play.
Yep, true. And I don't know. When I look at Purdy, early on when they were 5-0, and the guy was he had 1 incompletion in week 4.
5.
Or
no, it was 4. It was against the Cardinals.
Thank you. It was 4 Cardinals. Thank you.
1 incompletion. He makes throws where, to me, look, I'm not a big film guy. I'm not going to pretend to be. I'm not a big analytic guy.
Okay.
I'm more of an eye watch guy,
all right,
eye test guy. But when I actually look at the film and I watch the plays that he's done, and several people do it, I think Brian Bollinger.
Yeah, Brian Bollinger.
He breaks down like specific plays. What he does that stuck out to me is that he makes passes before the wide receiver even knows that the ball's coming, or that he's even done his break on the route.
Yes.
That is the sign of a great quarterback. Now, sometimes that can bite you in the you-know-what when it doesn't work that way.
Yes.
But he wasn't a great quarterback last night. I don't think this was like a fallback to grace or whatever you want to call it. Again, I'm not going to sway my opinion on Purdy.
Yeah.
But 2 picks when you have a chance to get the game-winning score, not good.
I agree. The fourth quarter was very not good for him, and I was expecting a much better show out for him because he was driving well before those picks. But Brock Purdy in the first 3 quarters of that game, according to David Lombardi, was 15 of 19 for 192 yards passing against the blitz. The Vikings are the #1 team in the NFL in blitzing. That's good. That's a good number to have. He was efficient. He got the ball downfield. He just didn't have the ball a lot. The drives just fell apart sometimes, and the Vikings they had 10, 13, 12 play drives. That's going to kill. The Niners got out-ninered.
Kind of, yeah.
That's a fun way to put it. The Niners got out-ninered by Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, who is Kyle Shannon's former protege.
Oh, man, believe me. I had that. I don't think I brought it up yesterday in the show, but I had that as like a underlying thing that Shanahan's been trying to get Cousins for years now. And then he lost to, I'm sure that factored in just a smidge. I'm not saying that it had a huge effect on the outcome of the game, but I do think that there is something there, and Shanahan has always kind of had a crush on him.
Here's another thing that Minnesota has become the Niners' kryptonite over the years. According to Matt Mayoka, the Niners have not won a road game against the Minnesota Vikings since 1992. They are 0-7 in Minneapolis in the last 31 years. They haven't beaten Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
They haven't beat Minnesota in Minnesota in 31 years.
Because I pulled up a box score where it was talking about they broke a losing streak.
Correct.
And they smashed them.
Kirk Cousins is also now, I think, 3-2 against Kyle Shanahan.
Interesting.
Well, one of the losses was the playoff game, obviously, but so 3-1 in the regular season, too.
And I had some stats on him in primetime. He has not been good in primetime, but he was good last night. I mean,
he was great last night.
No, hang on.
He was great last night. He was great last night.
Great?
Yes. Every time he faced pressure, faced danger, he made a laser throw and got a first down.
He was good last night.
Every single time.
He was not great
He was great last night.
If I put a 25 for 35 for 383-yard stat line with Tua's name on it, people would be talking about MVPs.
Thank you. And that pick
not
wasn't
if
his
they
fault.
only scored 22 points.
They scored 22 points against arguably the best defense, and that's what it was supposed to be.
All right, put it on the poll. Was Kirk Cousins good or great last night?
That's a good poll.
This is just a question everyone's been asking for 7 years, and no one knows the answer.
You could just apply that for his entire career.
Yeah.
But let's do it for specifically last night. I bet you I'm going to win on this. He was good last night. He was not great.
He was great.
If they were great, he would have scored 42 points. Now, I am shocked by how little NFL teams have been averaging per game.
Yeah.
I can eat crow on that. And my mom said I was going to eat crow because I guaranteed a Niners W like I've been doing every week. And I still think, I still think they're going to win the Browns game. I still think they're going to win the Vikings game. They should have won the Vikings game. If Purdy had gone down and did his thing. And Purdy did do his thing and led Moody to a field goal. By the way, haven't even gotten to him. Another missed kick. What did you say to me before the show?
3 and 2
Made
weeks.
the 50 and missed the what?
Missed the 40.
Yeah. Made the 50, missed
the
the 40.
55-yarder, missed a 40.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's Jake Moody watch time because there's some kickers on the market. Robbie Gould gave a call. I'm just saying.
What was the beef with him again?
He wanted $5 million, and they want to pay him $5 million.
Literally just money?
It was money. They want to get a cheaper asset.
What are they paying Moody? Probably less than $1 million?
Like $1 million. Not much. It's a rookie deal.
Third round, though, right?
It was still a rookie deal for a kicker. It's a cheap deal.
So it was just money.
Oh, yeah.
He had to have had some personal problems with the organization.
Not only that, they didn't even give him a call.
And he's not working at all?
No.
Did he miss any kicks last year?
One, I think. I think he missed like 1 or 2. That's it.
All right, fair enough. Coming up next, Carmichael Dave is going to lead me into just a collision course with me being not listening because I only heard the second half of the segment about the NBA song. But we're going to get that music as the bed, and we're going to preview 2 big games tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
I'm in.
The Kings are in which conference?
West.
The West. And you put out what kind of article?
The Western Conference over-unders, baby.
There you go. And they can find that where?
Sactownsports.com.
Sactownsports.com. So we will get into the NBA preview. We got Suns. We got Warriors. We got Lakers. We got Nuggets.
It's fun.
I believe.
We do.
And apparently there's a Nuggets-Lakers beef, which I don't really subscribe to because you can't have a beef if you just played one series. Have you heard about this?
Kentavious Caldwell Pope for the team.
Yeah. And then Anthony Davis.
It's a whole, there's drama.
All right, we'll get into that next. Zakariah Mill, Sactown Sports, 1140.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross keep you up to date on all things red and gold during the Niners at 9 every weekday at 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports at Sactownsports.com.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Model year end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com. Your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Your health is important, so keep yourself and your family covered with Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal renewals will be happening soon, so if you have Medi-Cal, make sure you don't miss any important renewal information. If you've moved in the last 3 years, check and update your mailing address, email address, and phone number. Learn more at keepmedicalcoverage.org. That's keepmedicalcoverage.org. Paid for by the California Department of Healthcare Services.
The 49ers Report, brought to you by E.B. Stone. E.B. Stone, for the life of your garden. Another heartbreaking loss on the road for the 49ers, dropping their second game of the season to Minnesota, 22-17. Quarterback Kirk Cousins torched the 49ers defense for 378 passing yards, a season high allowed by the Red and Gold. The 49ers had a chance to win the game late, but 2 costly fourth-quarter interceptions by Brock Purdy doomed the team to the loss. The Red and Gold will look to bounce back in Week 8, hosting Cincinnati at Levi's Stadium.
With over 100 years as a family-owned company, E.B. Stone's learned a few things about making plants grow. Start a healthy family hobby with indoor planting with E.B. Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil to help your little plants grow into the perfect indoor plant for the kids and family to enjoy. E.B. Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is perfectly blended with all the important ingredients you need to create that perfect indoor and outdoor plant or garden. E.B. Stone, for the life of your garden. Visit ebstone.org for more gardening tips, products, and...
Red Hawk Resort Casino is an entertainment experience like no other. We're the only place where you can play blackjack, then hop on an indoor card track. We're the only place with more than 2,000 of the hottest slots and a state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and a resort hotel to stay after you play. Is it any wonder we've been voted best over 100 times? We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at Fire Wings with some bullet points for you to remember so you can be a professional fire wing eater. Like Wings Day Wednesday, 88-cent wings each and every Wednesday. 3 flavor lineup includes 7 classic wing flavors, 7 dry rub wing flavors, 7 fusion wing flavors. It's the perfect fast casual eating establishment for the entire family. Go to firewings.com or download the app, find a location near you, order online, earn rewards. Fire Wings, just wing it.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. In a shocking upset, the San Francisco 49ers lost against the Minnesota Vikings 22-17 on Monday night. Brock Purdy was 21 for 31 passing for 272 yards, and he had 1 touchdown, but 2 fourth-quarter interceptions cost the 49ers the game. The 49ers play again Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Sactown Sports has your coverage beginning at 12:25 p.m. on Sunday. In baseball, the Texas Rangers are headed to the World Series after beating the Houston Astros 11-4 in Game 7. It's the 3rd American League championship in franchise history after Texas made the World Series in 2010 and 2011. The Philadelphia Phillies and Arizona Diamondbacks have a winner-take-all Game 7 for the National League pennant tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. It's homecoming night for the Sacramento State football Hornets this Saturday versus the Idaho State Bengals. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock p.m. Come early and enjoy the festivities. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com. Those are your headlines. Let's return to more Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Emil got me riled up. I had to take off my undershirt. He got me heated. He got me hot. You know what I mean? Telling me that the defense was to blame.
I'm just vibing, man.
For last night's loss.
It was the defense. We can go back and forth on this, and I'll tell you it's the defense.
Okay. It's the offense, man.
I mean, tell me what you really like.
What you want.
Welcome back in Sacramento alongside Emil Fragoso. I am Zakariah. Jump up in the live streaming YouTube chat, won't you? Just search Sactown Sports. We have a poll up. Was Kirk Cousins good or great last night? I say good. Emil says great.
Great.
Numbers, yes. Good yardage. Points, not so much. I'm a big point guy.
Played like prime Stafford.
You know what I mean? If you're not first, you're last. I'm a point guy. Tell me how many points you got. 22, not good enough.
They won.
That's true. Coming up at 10:45, fun in the 40s. We all plead the fifth together. I don't know if we're going to play Nate's great intro as Nate is aiding his boo on the sideline. Yeah.
Shout out, Kayla. Hope you get home safe.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know the name, all that good stuff. Yeah. Should be fine, I'm sure. Nate to the rescue.
Nate to the rescue.
Nate should come back with a cape on. Like Superman.
Ooh.
Yeah. You're not supposed to eat on air, by the way.
Super Nate.
But now let's talk some round ball. Emil? Oh.
I like round ball.
If that doesn't get your juices going, I don't know what will. NBA on NBC. Man, I can see the highlights right now. Charles Barkley throwing it down. Patrick Ewing with the block. John Starks with the three. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan coming around the rim.
What year is this?
Probably 94.
Yeah, I wasn't alive yet.
Neither of us were.
Oh, man, that hurts. Come on, man. Be nice to me. I only got a couple more days here. Don't make me feel old. I wasn't alive yet.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I am a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I got the picture right there. Van Gundy. I'm going to put that up here so the camera gets it. But let's talk some round ball. As the NBA season kicks off tonight, Emil,
Yes,
on a
sir.
scale of 1 to sports, where do you stand on excitement for opening night for the NBA? Like in terms of NFL, MLB, soccer, hockey, whatever your juju is.
On a scale of 1 to super sport?
Yeah.
I'm going to go super sport. I'm a super sport fan of NBA.
So you're jacked up for
I
tonight.
have league pass. If that tells you anything.
That tells me a lot.
Yeah, it tells me I'm watching a lot of
Because you're a
basketball.
football guy.
I love basketball too, though.
Okay.
Basketball was my first love.
Really?
Then it was football.
My first love
Then it was
too.
soccer.
Okay. All right.
I love soccer too.
I played soccer, but man, it's just too much running.
I wasn't good
not
at
enough
soccer. I
scoring.
like watching soccer.
Okay. There you go. Well,
Not everyone does.
so tonight we have a doubleheader.
Me too.
Charles Barkley issued an apology
He does it a lot.
because of a graphic.
Oh.
I don't know why they put Jason Tatum, who plays for the Celtics, in place of a Nuggets player. But that's what the apology was for.
Don't get me started with that.
Okay. Was that just like...
No, they did that on purpose because they're trying to market the big star teams, but
No,
not market the
you
NBA
got a
champions.
conspiracy
They
theory
did
on
that
that?
on purpose.
Okay.
They did that on purpose.
I'm not going to go there.
You're telling me LeBron's in it, but you're not going to put Nikola Jokic, who's won the MVP?
Well,
Like, what are we doing?
the
Two
whole race,
MVPs.
dog.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Should be 3.
Should be 3.
But
Thank you.
If
Back
you
to back.
if you are a Sacramento Kings fan, and I believe that you might be,
I might be.
powder blue jersey, throwback, Western Conference, big deal. Got to keep your eye on it. Some people are saying 12th in the West, 11th in the West,
Yeah.
something like that.
I don't know about that.
Missing the play-in game.
They're saying the Kings?
Malarkey.
They're lying. They're lying to themselves.
You haven't heard this all week?
It's just haters being haters.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, it's
I'm
one
used
guy.
to it. We're the
it's-
Kings.
It's one guy specifically
Oh, well,
that Draper refuses to even acknowledge anymore.
I'm not going to acknowledge them either.
Okay. Fair
Isn't
enough.
that funny that someone said they'd be 11 and someone said they'd be 1? Like, that's a pretty wide goal.
That's a great point.
there's a lot
Kyle
of
Wilbon
variancy.
said that he could see them being the 1. And yeah, 11
Alan
is just...
Stiles said they're going to be number 1.
oh,
I don't know what to make of that.
11 is just crazy.
I did pick them as over on the point on the over and under this year.
Yes,
for
I
wins.
think that they're getting slept on.
I
for
think
sure.
I think 45 wins is very much doable.
My prediction is 3, and that involves teams that are playing tonight. I think that the Nuggets, defending champions, their star player who hates the game of basketball, is the best basketball player on the planet. Didn't want to go to the, although he had a great time at the parade. But he said he couldn't believe that it was he wanted to go back to his horses. This guy likes horses more than basketball, but he's great at basketball. Anyways, I have the Nuggets above the Kings, and then another team who I think, as I like to say, the most interesting team in the league, which is what I say about the Kings.
Oh boy.
And I've said it about the Niners. Because, well, that was back when we had the Trey Lance thing.
Yes.
But I think the Suns are the second most interesting team in the league because they basically, they're trying to do the Heat thing with the big 3
I
or
don't
whatever.
think it's gonna work.
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and then they just have a bunch of guys on like minimum contracts. But I think the Suns will finish above the Kings, and I think the Nuggets will finish above the Kings. But I have the Kings right back at 3, pal.
I have them more like 4 or 5. I have the Lakers ahead of them as well.
Okay.
I think
They had a great offseason.
I think the Lakers should be the number 2 team in the West. I think they're better than the Suns. I think they're better than the Suns right now.
Okay.
They're much more well-rounded.
The thing is, though, injury, Emil, injury.
injury for the Suns, though.
I don't know if you noticed, Bradley
Yeah.
Beal's being load managed tonight.
No,
He's out.
Playing?
He's out. Yeah, Bradley Beal's out to manage his back injury.
It's already starting. Not only that, who's guarding the perimeter?
This is a regular season game.
I'm serious.
That's bad.
I'm being honest. Like seriously, as great as this team could be, it's a playoff team, not a regular season team. They're just trying to be healthy for April.
Bradley Beal's really out tonight?
Yeah,
You're
he's
not
not
messing with
playing.
me?
No, he's not playing tonight.
Wow.
They
already
said
starting.
They're treating his back injury and they're going to play it safe.
But with the Lakers, you have AD and Bron. Bron's been hurt.
Yeah, but they have so much more depth
I know.
around them.
They had a
they're
great
so
offseason.
deep, and they can play defense. They have a good coach.
Mhm.
The Lakers will be the number 2 seed in the West, I believe. I really believe that.
Wonder if that shifted the line. Out there in Nevada, they have Denver favored by 5. They have Golden State favored by 3.
Yeah, because it was even this morning.
Exactly. So the Beal, man, I can't believe he's out. That's so bad.
It starts already.
Opening night? You're not ready for opening night? You load managed all throughout the preseason.
He was good in the preseason.
Okay, so of these 4 teams, because there are some places that have all 4 of these teams finishing ahead of the Kings.
Okay.
Which of these 4 do you have finishing above them? You have the Nuggets.
I have the Nuggets, the Lakers and the Suns.
And the Suns.
But
Not the Warriors.
No, I think the Warriors will barely make the play-in tournament.
Wow.
I don't think they're that good.
That's a hot take.
They're one injury away from being that 11 seed.
Seriously. Thank you. They're not deep. Chris Paul is 38 years
Warriors
old.
hate?
No, this is being honest.
By
with
the
you.
way, on the YouTube chat, I'm not a Warriors fan.
Neither am I.
Hold that smoke and that heat. I'm not a Dubs fan.
Neither-
if you can tell,
neither is
I'm
our
a
chat.
fan that's really concerned about Bradley
The
Beal.
Warriors are a play-in team.
They're a play-in team. This is going to be reminiscent to 2 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I know we got to go to break. Just real quickly. Who else in the West do you have above?
Clippers.
Ooh, that's just
Okay, so the Warriors were the 6 last year, right?
Yes. Yep.
So think of teams below them. The Lakers were the 7. They're going to jump them. You've got the Timberwolves getting back Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be a chance.
I have one.
Pelicans.
I have this. Ready, Zach?
I'm ready.
The Oklahoma City Thunder will be ahead of the Golden State Warriors this season. I'm
That's
saying
not-
they'll be a top 5 team in the West.
That's not that hot of a take.
They'll be ahead of the Golden State Warriors.
I have the Grizzlies and the Clippers below that both finished top 6. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think the Grizzlies will be with the Warriors.
I think the Warriors are not going to be in the playing game.
I think they'll be in the playing game.
All right. Well,
I
we can
just-
dispute
I
that
don't
over
think
the
they're very
course of the
deep.
show. How about that?
Just don't.
Of the 11, the only team I know that the Warriors are better than is Dallas.
Yeah, honestly, yes. Yes.
I
seriously.
have them better than the Pelicans. I have them
They're
better
one-
than the
they're-
Timberwolves.
they-
I have them better than the Clippers. I have them better than the Grizzlies.
They're one Steph ankle turn away from being one of the worst
What
teams
a
in the NBA.
horrible thing to say.
This is me being honest.
You know he had habitual ankle injuries, right?
I'm serious though.
That's just not nice.
He's in his mid-30s now. It's
All
not
right.
a young to ask Steph Curry to be the guy again and again and
Mhm.
again. It can be too much sometimes.
Okay. All right. Coming up next, we all plead the 5th. All right. They ask us to testify. We say no. And we have fun in the 40s. It's what we do every time around this time of the hour. We will do it next. Emil Fergoso, Zakariah, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Did you know gas goes bad in as little as 30 days? Bad gas can cause rough starts, poor performance, or no starts at all. Stable, America's #1 fuel stabilizer, ensures quick and easy starts after storage. Stable's proprietary formula keeps fuel fresh for 2 years, outperforming competitors. Whether it's your car, truck, boat, lawnmower, leaf blower, weed trimmer, ATV, motorcycle, or anything else with an engine, when you store, start with Stable.
Hey, Sacramento, it's almost time for your reigning Pacific Division champion Sacramento Kings to take the court for the new NBA season.
A two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
Be sure to get your tickets to see the Kings in action as we look to light the beam this season. Don't miss the rivalry matchups coming to Golden One Center for opening weekend as the Kings face the Warriors on Friday, October 27th, and the Lakers on Sunday, October 29th. Find your tickets now at kings.com/tickets. And together, let's bring the roar.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's trypie.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave letting you know Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room and primetime football location is back. Cap Casino giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Check it out, Capital Casino. And as always, please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
That's right. We got you covered 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Drive Guys, we'll do a handoff with them later in the show. Not a truncated show, I don't think. They're not stealing money today. And then, of course, if you think it ends at 6, you're kidding yourself.
It doesn't.
You tell them, Emily.
Turn to the Empire live show, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Tuesday here on Sactown Sports.
Boom.
And Nate Littlefield.
With the guy that's supposed to be producing us, but shout out to Kyle doing double duty.
Kyle's the man.
You know what I mean? Did the morning show. He said, I'll stick around. I got you. You know what I mean?
Normally I produce Return of the Empire too, but we'll see if that's possible today. Because
he'll be here all day.
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll see when Nate gets back.
That'll be like 5 to 7.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum. That's a long day.
I mean, I'm not doing the Drive Guys. In fairness, I am not producing the. Oh, also,
you sure on that?
I almost forgot.
Okay.
Kyle Draper's traveling, so it's Whitey and Jerry Reynolds today on the Drive Guys.
Oh,
nice.
Jerry! Is Jerry coming in?
You got excited.
I believe so.
Oh, I get to meet Jerry today. I never met Jerry.
I never met Jerry. I think I met Jerry. I think I did crosstalk with Jerry.
Did you? I've never met Jerry Reynolds.
All these days have blended together. I gotta be honest.
Childhood hero of mine, so that's awesome.
He's Emil Fragoso. I am Zakariah. This is Sactown Sports 1140. Coming up top of the hour, he's going to tell me why the defense was to blame. I'm going to tell you why the offense was to blame for the Niners' loss Monday Night Football in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, man, that guy doesn't want to get traded. I think he's already said, well, we'll get into it top of the hour. But, I mean, just talk about football purgatory. You ever heard that phrase, purgatory?
Oh, yeah.
You know what purgatory is? It's when you're in between heaven and hell.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where the Vikings have been for what? 50 years before you were born,
it's
sir.
It's the gray area.
Yeah.
And then they went into Kirk Cousins purgatory, which I've joked for years is you're always down 6, no timeouts, 1 minute to play. You have to go the length of the field.
100%.
Every Kirk Cousins game.
Sometimes he gets it done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
11-0 last year, 1-score games.
Exactly.
This used to be Phillip Rivers' purgatory. Now it's Kirk Cousins' purgatory.
Phillip Rivers is a great purgatory guy.
Yes, it is.
Always down 5, no timeouts, 1 minute to play.
100%. And freaking out.
This is the Chargers fan.
And having tons of kids.
The Vikings are just NFC Chargers.
That's true.
That's very true.
That's a very good crossover. Phillip Rivers, man. I'll never forget, what was the game? I believe it was in Lambeau, and he was on the sideline. I think he was playing, and then LT, I think, was on like a bike, He had a knee injury, but it wasn't bad, but he didn't play anymore. It's like it's burnt into my brain. You don't know, you as a Chargers fan should know what I'm talking about.
Recovering
It couldn't be
Chargers fan.
Lambeau.
No, it was
Chicago?
No, it was the AFC Championship game against New England.
There you go.
When Rivers was playing with a torn ACL.
There you go.
And the reason they lost was because LaDainian Tomlinson hurt his hip.
And didn't play.
Yeah, I mean, he was actually hurt, but people were saying, like, Phillip is playing with a torn ACL. Why is he out? But, you know, LT was doing a little bit more than Phillip.
Phillip was the only quarterback to play 2 playoff games with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we talked about this in the commercial break, Emil, and I'm not going to bust you out. But,
oh boy.
Well, because look, I got busted out because they said that you don't know what NFL coaches make. So I, for the longest time, didn't think that you could actually find out what Bill Belichick makes. But apparently now it's been revealed. He is the highest paid coach in the NFL. And they've been talking about him possibly not being the coach for the Patriots.
They have.
Next year. They've been awful.
They've been bad.
They won last week.
I watched that game. That was a weird game.
And that wasn't even the biggest news if you're a Patriots fan. The biggest news was a lucrative extension, which I can only believe was released by his agent.
Yes.
But here is the reporting on it.
Rich, with the Patriots struggling as they really never have, Bill Belichick's job security has somehow been a topic in New England. As you just heard, would Robert Kraft make a move midseason? Would he make a move at all? Now, my understanding is we'll be not inclined to make a move midseason, but allow me to add some news. Sources say Bill Belichick, during the offseason, quietly agreed to terms on a lucrative multi-year new contract. This contract, one of the most closely held secrets in New England. That said, I think it's fair to say there was some, at least, uncertainty or intrigue surrounding him. Now, contractually, he is locked up long-term. And Rich, at least, we're going to have the discussion. This at least adds some context with the Patriots committing to the greatest coach in history long-term.
Now, I said to you, Emil, there's no way he's retiring before breaking, who is it? Don Shula's
record, yes.
Record for most wins.
And with Andy Reid
you
on the
said,
blood,
not with the Patriots.
I said.
Do you feel differently now, hearing from the rap sheet?
I feel differently in terms of he won't be canned this offseason, but I think it's on a year-to-year basis with him. I think that he could resign as well and say, I'm out if you wanted to.
And choose a different team?
Yeah. Like, for example.
Chicago?
No. Gosh, no. If
they're going to have 2 number 1 picks.
No, they aren't.
He's too good for that job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why aren't they going to have 2 number 1 picks?
They're getting the Panthers picks. They might. If the Panthers win a game, you never know. Things can change.
Okay.
Things can change.
If they both stink like they have,
but the Cardinals
they'll have 2
the Cardinals have
picks.
also stunk, so you never know.
Yeah, it's true.
So if the Chargers, hear me out, if Brandon Staley gets canned,
he's got to be.
If he,
I don't call for people's jobs. That guy needed to be fired like 5 weeks ago.
Correct. If he's gone end of the year, why wouldn't Bill turn around and look at Dean Smith as their owner and go, "Hey, can I come to LA and coach Herbert?" And
interesting.
Bill Belichick's not pleading to go to the Chargers.
Yeah,
let's put
he doesn't
that
strike me as an LA guy. I see him more as a Chicago guy.
Did Andy Reid went from Philly to
New
Kansas City?
York guy? Maybe.
I did.
Well, no, you guys are both missing the obvious one. Do you know where Bill Belichick was born and raised? That would be at the Naval Academy in Maryland. Do you know who has a new ownership group over there? That would be Washington. You know who is looking at potentially changing their coach? That would be Washington. You know who has Cuckoo Bucks coming in as a new owner? That would be Washington.
But they have Eric Bieniemy.
Kyle, sometimes you're great.
Kyle's great, though.
No. Sometimes he's great.
Kyle is great.
He was great right there. Yeah. That was amazing. That kind of lightweight blew my mind. They're not even going to be the Commanders. You know that,
the
right?
Commies.
They've already said that they're not going to be the Commanders.
So
I don't even know what to call them anymore.
Washington franchise.
Well, they were the football team for a while.
They're still the football
team. I just
team.
call them the franchise.
They're the franchise.
Bill Belichick to the former Redskins Commanders Washington football team.
That's fun.
All that checks out. He's from there. He's
Born
got roots there.
And then, so his dad originally was a coach at the Naval Academy when he was a kid, and then moved to the Baltimore Colts, I believe. So yeah, he's from that region of the world.
I didn't even know Belichick's dad was a coach. I'm aging you now. How about that?
Yeah. Also,
I'm too young to even know that.
All of this is fodder. Belichick's retiring with the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the sense that I get. I mean, in the very least, you might be right. He might walk away.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be allowed to make his own destiny.
I agree.
That would be my guess.
I don't think Kraft has the balls to fire him.
But, I mean, hearing a lucrative extension,
I just don't. I don't.
I got something for you in the commercial break. Not anything I can say over FCC airways.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to make his own decision. And hearing the lucrative I mean, believe me, I was with everybody else and thinking that his job might be, because Kraft is very impatient. And he's not happy
very old
with this not winning. And, the whole Tom Brady, Bill Belichick thing sort of been put to rest, if you will.
It's pretty easy.
For Bill
I don't
Belichick.
think he's arrogant enough, though, to be like, I can find someone better. I think he's smart enough to know where his bread is buttered. Yeah, because you know what Bill Belichick is still doing? Taking guys from the Dolphins practice squad and turning them into all pros on defense.
It's true. It's very true. And a big win for them over the Bills.
You never know with the divisional games. You never know. And Mac Jones clutched up when he needed to. And shout out to Mac Jones. That's probably his biggest drive of the season right there.
I think at some point during this show, because I've been wanting to do it for months now, we need to have a segment on things that irritate you the most in terms of cliches. And you just said one of them, divisional games. Why is it so much different than any other game?
Because there's animosity, divisional games.
Animosity, you know each other.
Can you tell me why the Houston Texans have beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars in the last 4 times in Jacksonville?
That's crazy.
That's honestly, I can explain it other than divisional.
Only say that that's a divisional game? All right.
Yeah.
916-339-1140 is where you join the program. You can call in, you can text in, you can check us out live streaming on YouTube. Just search Sactown Sports. Coming up top of the hour, Emil will tell you defense, to blame. I will tell you offense. We will go back and forth on that. Monday Night Football, Niners dropped 2 straight. Never thought I was going to say that this year. I tell you what, Emil Fragoso, Zakariah, Sactown Sports, 1140.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said, I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple of people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store. Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Born in 1892 to a socially prominent family, she was the consummate athlete, proficient in golf, tennis, marksmanship, swimming, and car racing. Many considered her the greatest horsewoman of the century. She was a pioneer in the field of golf course development with 3 world-class courses on her resume: the Women's National Golf and Tennis Club, Cypress Point, and Pasatiempo. Working for SFB Morse of Pebble Beach fame led to her second golf course development, which many consider to be the greatest golf course in the world, Cypress Point, where she developed a lifelong friendship and professional relationship with famed architect Alistair McKenzie. Pasatiempo in Santa Cruz was her third development, where she hosted the likes of Bobby Jones, Will Rogers, Babe Saharias, and more. Today, her place is alongside many others in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Marion Hollins, a visionary golf course architect and pioneer of the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. We've got breaking news coming in. The San Francisco Giants are planning to hire Bob Melvin as their new head coach. This according to Kevin Acey of the San Diego Tribune. Melvin was the longtime coach of the Oakland Athletics before leaving to coach the San Diego Padres for the last 2 seasons. Melvin and the general manager, A.J. Preller, had a strained relationship at the end of last season, and the Padres were okay with Melvin interviewing for other job positions. In football, the San Francisco 49ers lost last night against the Minnesota Vikings 22-17. And for more on that, let's welcome in Chris Biederman of the Sacramento Bee here on Sactown Sports.
Your new home for 49ers football in the 916 Sactown Sports.
Let it breathe a little bit. Welcome on into the 11 a.m. portion of your day, Sacramento. He's Emiliano Fragoso. I'm Zakariah. Milan is a city.
It is. Milano. Italia.
It's where my family's from.
Really?
We represent the North. Apparently there's big beef between North and South.
There is, yeah.
I don't know why.
My family's from Naples, so there's a little bit of beef there. I know.
This is like Romeo and Juliet right now.
I know.
Okay. All right. Coming up, 11:15, we will discuss some more basketball talk. The Kings get started tomorrow. I don't really like that they're going to be in Utah to start.
It sucks.
Anyways, we'll get into that at 11:15. Yeah. But right now, we are joined by the one, the only, Chris Biederman. Check out his Candlestick Chronicles podcast, Talking Niners, for at Blue Wire Pods. Chris Biederman, how are you on this Tuesday, sir?
Oh, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing all right.
Doing great.
Just having fun, talking about sports, all that good stuff. We're having an argument so far on this show, and it's about whether the defense or the offense was to blame last night. I say if your defense lets up 22 points, you should win the game. I blame the offense. Emil over here, he blames the defense. You can look at Kirk Cousins, 300 and however many yards. Who do you blame for last night's loss if I have to just pin you down to either defense or offense?
Yeah, I think it's a defense. I think, this is a team that's built on the pass rush, particularly being effective with just 4 down rushers. And the 49ers, for the large portion of this season, have not been effective with just 4 pass rushers. And obviously, you make Nick Bosa the highest paid defender in the NFL. You add Javon Hargrave. You should, be a better pass rushing team than the 49ers have been, particularly in the last couple of weeks. And for the Vikings, I think that ties directly to the Vikings going 8 of 13 on 3rd down. And it just seemed like Kirk Cousins was way too comfortable. He was able to get to his spot. He wasn't moved off of his spot nearly consistently enough. And he just picked the 49ers apart, and their defense that plays front to back. Everything they do is designed to make quarterbacks' throws uncomfortable. They're not the type of secondary or scheme that is just designed to cover everybody for 5 seconds and then slow opposing offenses down. So to me, it was the defense. But the thing that really stood out to me is how many things went wrong on all facets, right? You had the offense going down and not scoring deep in Minnesota territory with the fumble and then the missed kick. In a game you lose by 5, obviously that's huge. The defense, we talked about their issues on 3rd down, but also Steve Wilkes calling a 0 blitz with 15 seconds left, leading to that touchdown. Also in a game you lose by 5. I mean, so it's, you can look at a myriad of factors, but if we're trying to pinpoint the one that's maybe most alarming, I think it's a defense, because typically we've seen this team, even when they've lost games, the defense has played really well. defense didn't play well last night. 452 yards. I know it was only 22 points. But realistically, it probably should have been 25, if not for that missed field goal the Vikings had late in the game too. I just thought the defense was surprising, and they have to figure it out, because the way this team's built, if they're not rushing the passer effectively, they're going to have a hard time reaching their goals, which is obviously being the number 1 seed and getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was appalled at the decision at the end of this first half to call that cover 0 blitz. Obviously, Deshaun Gibson bit on the deep route, and Jordan Addison broke away. But what have you made of Steve Wilks' play calling this year? He's kind of mixed and matched and kind of had to adapt to the Niners and what they do on that wide 9 scheme. But his ability to not go conservative with the zone and then also go to blitz, it feels like he's kind of guessing sometimes, Chris.
Yeah, the 49ers, it feels like the last couple games in particular have really gotten killed by screens. And I wonder if there are tendencies picked up by offensive coordinators that can figure out when a screen is coming and when to dial up when to dial up the screens. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, maybe with the exception of D'Amico Ryans, like the 49ers, since Kyle Shanahan's been there, they've had issues with their defensive coordinators early in their tenures, right? Like even in 2017 and 2018, Robert Saleh faced a lot of criticism, right? And then it turned out he ended up being a really good defensive coordinator once they had the personnel and the foundation in place. D'Amico Ryans didn't really go through that sort of early learning curve because it was largely the same scheme, and he had already been on staff. I think there are probably elements of Steve Wilks being new and still trying to figure things out with their personnel. But I mean, to me, it's more about the players. Like the players have to perform. And I think, Steve Wilks might not be as good of a defensive coordinator as D'Amico Ryans or even Robert Saleh, but he still has one of the most talented defenses, if not the most talented defenses in the league. And so I just think that, there could be an air of, like this is still a transition. They're still trying to figure things out, but Nick Bosa isn't playing at nearly the game wrecking level he did last year for certain. Fred Warner had some plays that I'm sure he'd like to have back last night, even though he is flying around the field and still playing at a pretty high level. There are a few plays there where, whether it was coverage against TJ Hawkinson or overrunning an outside run, right? There's still plays where I think the players are leaving things on the field too. So I think it's probably more an element of this still being in the feeling out period. Steve Wilks is probably still an upper echelon defensive coordinator, but to me, it's on the players to figure this thing out, because they're the ones getting paid. And they're the ones going out there, and they need to, and Nick Bosa said it last night, they just need to play better and be accountable for it. And because that's how this team is built.
Chris Biederman, good enough to join us. Check out his Candlestick Chronicles podcast, Zakariah and Emil here on Sactown Sports 1140. Do you think that this is going to be fodder for people that say that Brock Purdy is not an elite quarterback? I'm kind of tired of the entire narrative, Chris, to be fully honest with you. I have never shifted my opinion of him. I think that he's great at what he does based on what's around him. And yeah, obviously any quarterback would not be good if they didn't have good things around him. But back-to-back losses, he did put them in a position to win the game last week in Cleveland. But this time, 2 interceptions when he had a chance to go down there and get the game-winning score. Is this kind of like a falling to grace moment, or are you kind of with me where you don't really shift your opinion too much on him based on these past 2 losses?
I don't shift my opinion of him too much, but I do, these are things you file away, right? The question coming into the season for me was always, how is he going to handle adversity? How is he going to handle being down by multiple scores? Because he never really had to deal with that situation last year. I know he had the Raiders game, but that was, that was one game last year where things, where the defense didn't play particularly well, and he did have to score, and he did step up in those moments. But, he was never going to win every single start, right? So the 49ers were going to lose some games with Brock Purdy as their quarterback. It's just how it is. They weren't going to go 17-0. But, to your point, like, I do think there's an element of him being treated unfairly. Sure, he's in a good system. Sure, he has good weapons. But, like, Patrick Mahomes has had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, right? Josh Allen has had Stephon Diggs. Jalen Hurts has Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. And, we talk about, Brock Purdy has Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. And, people are using that against him. I just, he's playing at a high level. He's functioning within the system at a very high level generally. Obviously, the 2 interceptions last night notwithstanding. So I think the conversation around him is a little bit unfair just because he's not this rocket arm quarterback who's making tons of plays outside the structure. The 49ers still have one of the best offenses in the league, and he is making difficult throws with anticipation and ball placement and accuracy, obviously. So it's like he's doing all these things that Kyle Shanahan wants from a quarterback. I'm just not of the mind that you can really denigrate a guy because of the surroundings. It's like, are we going to say Joe Montana wasn't really as good as he was because he had Bill Walsh as his coach, or he threw to Jerry Rice?
Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, right. John Taylor. Yeah.
So like, I get it. Like, he doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Justin Herbert and all that, but he's still playing at a really high level. And at some point, if he continues doing this year over year, then we're going to have to consider him one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I think, that's the difference between elite quarterbacks and guys who are just sort of flash in the pans. Can you do it year over year, right? Because we saw Case Keenum take the Vikings in 2017 on a deep playoff run, right? But Case Keenum didn't have that staying power. And I'm not saying Brock Purdy's Case Keenum, but the difference is, can you do it year after year after year? And that's ultimately how we're going to learn about Brock Purdy, not just a 2-game sample size, because we knew coming in he wasn't going to go undefeated as a 49er starter.
Yeah, absolutely. And then now we're about a week away now from the trade deadline. I believe it's Halloween next week. After these 2 games, obviously there's much more concern on, about the offensive defense. What areas do you see, Chris, that they need to address, that John Lynch needs to address going into the trade deadline that could help this team go further and possibly have a deep playoff run?
Yeah, it's interesting because, we came into the season thinking that the 49ers have, the most talented roster in the NFL, and I still believe they do, and they're just not playing up to that standard. Look, I think you could add a receiver if Deebo Samuel's absence is going to be prolonged. I think you could potentially add pass rushing help. But again, you still have an extremely expensive defensive line with Nick Bosa and Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead there. So could you go get somebody? Sure. I mean, a lot was made about the 49ers clearing that cap space and getting, $40 million in cap space. The thing with that cap space, it rolls into next year. They need all that cap space just so they can afford next year's team. They basically increased their cap spending from, 240 to 280 next year. That's why they created that space. They still do have flexibility, and they still can restructure some contracts next year to create more space, but they are relatively capped out. It's not like they created $40 million in cap space and just gave themselves a license to go spend $40 million. Those credit card bills are going to come due at some point. That's essentially what creating cap space is. It's just putting something on a credit card instead of your debit card, right? You can pay it off over time. I just, yeah, sure. Could they add an offensive lineman? Yeah, that would make sense. Could they add a pass rusher? Sure. I'm not sure, if any of these guys, whether it's Chase Young or Brian Burns, are going to come without getting a new contract. And I'm not sure that the 49ers can frankly afford a new contract, particularly with Brandon Ayuk needing a new deal after this season too. So it is pretty complicated, and they are still a very talented roster. I don't know that there's like an easy fix, like one guy. Randy Gregory has been, I think, pretty good in his limited run that he's gotten. But again, like, I didn't think they would go get Christian McCaffrey last year, despite the rumors coming out that they were interested. So maybe they're going to be more aggressive, and they can finagle the cap and make it work if they really wanted to. I just think at some point, like, how expensive can a team be? We're looking at a $280 million payroll next year before all these restructures. That's a pretty substantial amount. And ultimately those bills are going to come due at some point.
We'll get you out of here on this one, Chris. I know it's early, but we are approaching we're at least the third. We're not quite the halfway through part of the season.
Almost a half.
Okay, almost a half. Who do you see as the biggest threat to the Niners? I still see them as the best team in the league. I know the Chiefs are always going to be up there when you have Patrick Mahomes. The Bills have shown some signs, but they've kind of fallen off. The Bengals seem to be resurging with Burrow. A lot of these teams that I'm going to mention are going to be in the AFC. The Dolphins as well, even though they had a tough L against the Eagles. And then, of course, the Eagles, and then I have the Lions as pesky, and I have the Seahawks as pesky. But when you look at, in terms of matchup-wise, when you watch the film and you look at the actual personnel, which team do you think would be the biggest deterrent to the Niners in their quest for 6?
I think it's the Eagles. And it's, the 49ers strength, and obviously last night it was not their strength, but the 49ers strength is typically their defensive line. Well, what team, particularly within their conference, poses the biggest threat to slow down their defensive line? It's the Eagles and their offensive line and their running game. Mm-hmm. The Eagles can do a lot of different things with their running game, and obviously Jalen Hurts as a mobile quarterback. Mobile quarterbacks have given this defense problems throughout the year. throughout the years. And I think their receivers on the outside are as good as anybody in the league. And obviously, the tush push or brotherly shove is something that nobody's really been able to stop yet. And that could be problematic in a game that's decided by one score, right? Every possession matters in a situation like that. So I thought it was pretty telling, right? The Eagles on national TV on Sunday Night Football handle one of the best teams in the AFC and the Dolphins, albeit a home game. And then the 49ers 24 hours later go out and get beat pretty decidedly by a team that was 2-4. So I think that's pretty telling in terms of where the pecking order is in the NFC right now. I think the 49ers, their ceiling is higher than Philadelphia's because I think their offense can be more dynamic because I think Brock Purdy is a better just pure passer than Jalen Hurts. I think the Eagles can still generate all the explosive plays they would need, but their offense is more predicated on the running game than even I think the 49ers. But I just think the Niners are going to have to go to Philadelphia in early December. Obviously, that's going to be a huge game. And look, the only time the Niners have gone to the Super Bowl since Kyle Shanahan's been head coach is when they had the 1 seed, when they had the bye, and when the playoffs ran through them. And right now it looks like the playoffs are running through the Eagles. And obviously there's a lot of time left and a lot to be decided. But in terms of the 49ers reaching their goal of getting the 1 seed and getting to the Super Bowl, I think it's Philadelphia. And then, we can talk about the AFC teams if they're able to get past Philadelphia. But for right now, given what happened Sunday night and last night, it's hard to look at any other team for the 49ers right now and say, they're a bigger impediment than the Eagles, because I think the Eagles have a clear leg up right now.
Chris Biederman, follow him at that name, at Chris Biederman on Twitter or X or whatever the kids are calling it. Check out his Candlestick Chronicles podcast. We appreciate your time, Chris. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Thanks, Chris.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. See you.
There you go, Chris Biederman. So he sided with you. I lose. Another L for me. I'm just taking L's all over the place. You know what I mean? What Jameis Winston was like eating those W's.
Eating the L right now.
I'm eating the L's.
He's eating the L's.
I'm eating the L's. Coming up next, the NBA season kicks off tonight with what I would argue is the second most interesting team outside of the Sacramento Kings. And I'm not being myopic when I say that, because I think the Kings are going to have, and I'm not going to say anybody's name, but I may or may not have heard somebody take my take on that they're going to have a bunch of different starting lineups. And I haven't really gotten down to breaking down a Mills article that he wrote on the over-unders and why he chose the over for the Kings. You weren't being a homer there, right? This was you putting on your journalistic hat, right?
Yeah, okay. It'd be close, but the over.
So we have a doubleheader on TNT tonight. We have the defending champions against the Lakers and their fake beef. We'll get into that. Plus the Suns, they're the second most interesting team to me because I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but they're already down a guy. Bradley Beal not playing tonight. So anybody out there with fantasy implications or betting implications, just know that Bradley Beal will not be in the lineup. They will have Booker and Durant, correct? Are they playing? Or is the rest of the team playing?
I mean, he could slip.
Beal?
He could slip and get hurt in pregame again. That's possible.
We'll do that next. Zakariah, Emil Fragoso, right here, Sactown Sports, 1140.
The 82-game NBA journey begins Wednesday for the Sacramento Kings.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
The G-Man Gary Gerald has all the play-by-play Wednesday of season number 39 in Sacramento.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker.
It's the Kings and Jazz in the season opener from Utah.
He's got the three-point shot.
Wednesday at 6 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
If that sound gives you nightmares, there's a cheap and easy way to avoid engines not firing. Stable, America's #1 fuel stabilizer, ensures quick and easy starts after storage. Stable's proprietary formula keeps fuel fresh for 2 years, outperforming competitors. Pour Stable in your gas can or directly into the tank of your car, truck, hybrid, boat, ATV, motorcycle, or lawnmower to prevent fuel-related engine problems that cost time and money. When you store, start with Stable.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit KH2K.com.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Welcome back, Sacramento. Bow. Alongside Emil Fragoso. I am Zakariah Fergerio. I got Italian in my name. Son. You know what I'm saying? Sactown Sports, 1140. Join the program, won't you? We welcome you. As we welcomed Chris Biederman in the last segment. Great stuff from him.
Great guy.
As per usual.
Buzzing. Thank you. I was just going to ask for that. Thank you, Kyle.
What's that?
Buzzing.
That was from the morning? I don't even.
That's from the crosstalk, yeah.
I had a great time with crosstalk.
Well, you
Buzzing.
You can call or text the show, 916-339-1140. Now Carmichael Dave doesn't have to worry about whether or not you hate him, because there's been times where you and I have done shows, you don't come in for the crosstalk. He takes that very personally.
Me and Dave have a love-hate relationship. We really do.
Oh, okay. Is it more love or hate?
Depends on the day. Depends on the day.
I
call him David.
I'll take that as hate. All right. Can we get our NBA music back? Because I want to play it at pretty much any time. I mean, any excuse. I could do the whole show under the NBA music bed. But we have a doubleheader now. Yes. Yes. All right. Where do we want to start? I could literally do a full hour just on the NBA.
I could do 3 hours.
Okay, so I just went to ESPN.com and I clicked on NBA.
Okay.
I don't even know if this is the NBA spot.
We have to start with the doubleheader Sunday, right?
Do you want to start with that? Because I was going to go Wemby-LeBron comparisons, bigger prospect coming into their...
We're going to do this
now? No, we don't have to do that. No.
We got to get to meals over unders next segment.
Yeah. Jeez.
We'll do that at 11:30.
Yeah, we have more fodder than we have time. That's a good thing, Emil, you know? Especially when you had a long night like me. Okay, Lakers-Nuggets. Now, there's a fake beef going on here, all right?
Yeah.
Did the Nuggets sweep the Lakers? They swept them, didn't they?
They did. It was a close score, yes.
Mr. Malone, rest in peace to his pops.
Yes.
Historic coach in the game. He put on the chain and the hat.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He was hammered in the parade.
In the parade. Oh, yeah, he was.
And he guaranteed that a guy was going to come back.
I was trying. We have a drop of Mike Malone saying, "Hell no," drunk at the parade.
Okay, yeah, you can play that whenever you want. He also guaranteed that Brown was going to come back. He did not. He signed with the Pacers. He guaranteed that he was going to come back. But that was when he had the glasses on and the chain.
That was never happening.
And the hat. Yeah.
Bruce Brown got paid.
But apparently Anthony Davis and Pope back and forth. That's not a rivalry, right? There's no Nuggets-Lakers rivalry.
Friendly animosity.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Rare coach beef. It's Darvin Ham versus Michael Malone.
Indeed. Well,
Darvin Ham takes no prisoners.
That'll be the first game, kicking off at 4:30 in Denver. Do you expect them to have some sort of NBA champion hangover?
Oh, no.
Or do you expect them to repeat?
They're like, you want me to pick right now if they're going to win the title this year?
No, do you think they'll be up there?
Yes. They will, yeah.
You're not worried about like a huge level.
They're my 1 seed in the West. I'll just say that.
There you go.
Yeah.
As we can check out your article, sacktownsports.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out the over-under. You just did the Western Conference.
Just Western Conference.
Biased. Myopic of you.
I went to the Eastern Conference, but I ran out of time. There was a game yesterday, unfortunately.
Are you going to do the Eastern Conference? Because they don't play tonight. So technically, you could churn that out tonight.
I got to talk with some management.
Maybe. Filing it? Maybe. Add it to the hours. No big deal. I'm calling shots around here. Lakers, Nuggets. Nuggets -5. How do you expect that game to go? I kind of think that the Lakers have created. No, I think the Lakers are going to win.
What?
I think they've created this fake beef, and they're really going to get up for it. And
in Mile High?
LeBron is in like his 55th season in the NBA.
On championship night?
Yeah. Oh, are they getting their rings?
The ring night.
Oh, ring night.
Wow.
See, it didn't work out for the Chiefs. The Chiefs had their fake banner put up when they played the Lions, and they lost on Thursday night. They lost on Thursday night. I'm going same route. I'm saying Lakers.
Didn't the Warriors lose last night on ring night too?
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yes.
I believe they did.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a theme going.
There you go.
Hey, I don't encourage any sort of anything other than responsible gambling.
If you like road dogs, take the Lakers tonight.
That's what I'm talking about. And then we have Suns Warriors at Chase Center in San Francisco.
Oh, I love this game.
Suns, they are underdogs. Not by a ton. 2.5. Yes. How do you see? Okay, look, we're in Kingdom, right?
Yes.
And so obviously the Warriors are like the big brother down in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Beat us in 7 games at home. But how do you think this Chris Paul for Jordan Poole swap is going to go for the Dubs?
It's not going to go well.
Okay, so you don't see them winning tonight?
I see them winning this game tonight because I think Steph Curry goes off.
Okay.
And with Bradley Beal unlikely to play, and I think that's going to hinder them 100%.
All right.
And so I think the Warriors do get this win, but long term, I do not have a lot of faith in the Warriors.
Okay, and we haven't even gotten to any Kings Nuggets, no pun intended, as the Nuggets kick off the season tonight in Denver. But we're going to get some Kings Nuggets out of you. I want to know how you think all this rotational stuff's going to go. Because I've talked about it with a lot of people. Talked about it with Whitey. I've talked about it with Chris Watkins. Talked about it with, I don't know who else.
Everyone.
Henry Turner.
Henry Turner.
Yeah, Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high flyer.
I got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that as the show goes along. And I think that I don't like them opening up in Utah. I'm just going to say
Hell no.
I got a story. I got a story about Utah that I'll share with you. Another place my good buddy lives in Salt Lake, but
I have friends in Salt Lake. I've never been, but I have friends in Salt Lake.
Utah's a little different than the majority of the United States.
It's a nice place to live, though.
It's very nice.
Yes.
We'll leave it at that.
Our
I just
parent
wish that they were
companies,
opening up at home. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that's coming up next. Plus, we got to do a huge recap of week 7 in the NFL because there was a bunch of really good games. Dolphins, Eagles, some people were saying Super Bowl preview. I don't know if I'd go that far. I think the Dolphins may have been exposed. I think I actually like them better than I did prior to their 2 losses to the Bills and the Eagles. How about that?
Interesting.
So we'll talk about that much, much more. Emil Fragoso, Zakariah, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Buzzing!
The 82-game NBA journey begins Wednesday for the Sacramento Kings.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
But G-Man Gary Gerald has all the play-by-play Wednesday of season number 39 in Sacramento.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker.
It's the Kings and Jazz in the season opener from Utah.
He's got the three-point shot.
Wednesday at 6 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Winter's coming, so let's kick off the cold season right and get your heater all tuned up. Now just $79. No matter how cold it gets outside, you'll always be warm and toasty inside. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
When every shot counts, the professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio encourage you to try the brand new Titleist T-Series irons. Irons designed to enhance your play through control, distance, flight, forgiveness, looks, sound, and feel. With 4 T-Series models, the fitting team at Hagen Oaks will find the perfect Titleist T-Series iron for you. Call 916-808-2531 to find your fit today. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway, or online at HagenOaks.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The City of Sacramento offers grass conversion rebates to help you replace your thirsty lawn with a naturally water-efficient landscape. Whether you own a home or business in Sacramento, you may be eligible. Learn more at sacwaterwise.com.
Lowe's knows pros want savings now. That's why, as an MVP's Pro Rewards member, you get volume savings on orders of $1,500 or more at the Pro Desk. And there's more. We've lowered our prices on select top products like electrical wire and drywall, so you can get the job necessities for less. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. In-store only. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Breaking news coming in. It looks like Bob Melvin is going to be the next manager of the San Francisco Giants. Melvin was the manager of the Oakland A's for many, many years. He spent the last 2 years in San Diego, leading the Padres to the National League Championship Series in 2022. Now Melvin is scheduled to return to the Bay Area and replace Gabe Kapler as the Giants manager. In football, the San Francisco 49ers lost against the Minnesota Vikings 22-17 last night. Brock Purdy was 21 for 31 for 272 yards and a touchdown. However, 2 fourth-quarter interceptions cost the 49ers the game. And in baseball, the Texas Rangers are going to the World Series after beating the Houston Astros 11-4 last night. Game 7 between the Phillies and Diamondbacks is tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. It's homecoming night for the Sacramento State football Hornets this Saturday versus the Idaho State Bengals. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock p.m. Come early and enjoy the festivities. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com. Those are your headlines. Reminder, all guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Now let's return to more Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Wait for the beat drop.
I was.
It's not for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Welcome on back, Sacramento, alongside Emil
There you go.
Fragoso. I am Zakariah. This is Sactown Sports, 1140.
Yep.
You can join the program whenever you'd like. You could be heard at 916-339-1140. You can be read there as well. You could also be read in the chat. We are live streaming on YouTube. Just search Sactown Sports. Now, what I was saying about Utah going into the break, Emil, is that their fan base. Now, we're going to get to an article later in the show of best fan bases. This according to players.
Okay.
Utah's fan base is crazy.
They're good. They're good fan base.
I mean, they've got to be now. From the numbers that I saw, or the article that I read, Sacramento's up there. I believe they're 2. Now, this is based on
they should be
different people voting.
Who's won?
I believe.
I wonder who won is.
I believe Denver.
Sure.
The article's in there.
Sure,
I emailed it to
Can't
myself.
be Denver. Everyone always says Denver's fan base is like it's their 4th sport or something like that.
It really is.
But
it's the Kings. Let's be honest. It's the Kings. The Kings are the best fan base in basketball. There's no joke, no question. They're the best fan base in sports.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. That's my bias rant for the day.
There's your homer right there. But anyways, the Jazz fan base is intense. And I remember watching, it was back-to-back finals, right? Jazz Bulls.
Yeah.
And, man, that I think the flu game was in there. I think that added to Jordan's flu, if I'm not. So anyways, put it like this. The reason why I don't like that the Kings are opening up in Utah is that I'm afraid of this game. They had a couple of barn burners early on, 1-point games, 2-point games. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're the Kings' kryptonite, but they definitely matchup-wise, Emil, you got to be a little afraid here, no?
It's Utah.
Okay.
It's Utah.
That's how you feel?
Honestly, look, I have this in my over-under column. We'll get this in a second. They overachieved last year. I expect a decrease in wins for them this year. They haven't really improved. They're kind of the same team. I just don't see it happening again. I don't think John Collins is very good either. Lauri Markkanen, if he can do that again, amazing, because I think he overexceeded expectations. I have the Kings winning on the road in game 1.
Okay. Comfortably?
No. Close game, but I think they'll win.
Okay.
All right. Still a road game.
I hope you're right. So anyways, just to get back to that article, it was from The Athletic. And the one that I'm looking at now, there's another one for the best ones. But which arena has the worst fans?
Oh.
I guarantee you can't guess who's number 1.
Wizards.
Now, worst is not, okay, here's the thing.
What does that mean, worst?
The players, this is all from NBA players.
Oh.
They actually like the rabid fan bases.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like the Kings and the Jazz and the Celtics are up there in terms of liking. So, what you need to guess is people that don't care
Don't care.
So think about the team's fan base
The
that
Washington
cares
Wizards.
the least.
The Washington Wizards.
Wizards are third.
Oh, I'm close.
Very good.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is not on the list.
They care.
They like the Brooklyn fans.
They care.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Brooklyn gets made fun of though for like having non-existent fans.
No,
Well, because the Knicks are the big ticket, but Jay-Z kind of made them cool. They had Durant, Harden, and
they're not the Chargers. They're not fake fans.
Kyrie, for Christ's sake. They should have done something with that, but that was a complete disaster. Conversation for another time. Anyways, number one, Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, that's easy. I should have thought of that.
How would you?
Because they're the worst franchise in basketball.
Yeah. Well, Jordan sold the majority of the team.
Do you see the PR stuff coming out of Charlotte right now?
No. Is it bad?
They're backing Miles Bridges. Yeah. That face you just made?
I'll leave that alone.
We're going to leave that alone, though.
Number two, I'm a little surprised by. Detroit Pistons.
And they just haven't been relevant enough. Once they get good again, the Pistons fans will come back out.
See, but I think of them as the bad boys, the Chauncey Billups team that knocked off the Lakers with Karl Malone and Gary Payton.
That was 33 years ago.
The last time the Pistons won a playoff game, I was 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was 2007.
All right. Number three, your Wizards. Number four, Utah Jazz. So maybe it's not all about Rapid. You know what I mean? And then Celtics 5 below that. But then the Celtics are somehow in the top 5 worst and best. I believe that they're 2 in the best.
Maybe.
I got to look that up.
Oh.
But yeah. So for your power rankings,
yes,
as we shout out your article, check it out. Sactownsports.com. You know what I mean? Check out Emil Fergoso. That's what he does. You know what I mean?
I do a little NBA when the season starts. I like to dabble in I get real NBA nerd. I'm a real nerd when it comes to NBA and stuff. Like I'm a big league pass guy, big watch the bad team to see who's good on the bad team, see who's going to be a star in a couple of years. I'm all for that. Like a weeknight, I would rather stay home and watch weeknight basketball than go out and do anything else.
Really?
Honestly. Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a basketball junkie, but that's pushing it. So you're telling me like a great like karaoke night with Kyle Ledbetter, you would rather stay home and watch the Raptors and the Bulls?
Respectfully, Kyle, I'd probably rather watch Raptors and Bulls.
Wow.
But I'm really good at karaoke.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Kyle, I would rather go out and have a karaoke night with you than watch Raptors Bulls.
I'm kind of a homebody.
On a Monday
I don't
night.
go out
I'm
much.
a homebody too.
I don't even drink. I go out. I mean, nothing like that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Emil's a legit league pass guy. I
really
can
am.
attest.
With your over-unders, stop me where you disagree, okay? This is the Athletics NBA Power Rankings. They have the Nuggets 1. Now we're going Eastern Conference. Bucks and Celtics 2-3.
Interesting.
Lakers 4.
Yes.
Warriors 5. Suns 6. Back to the East. Heat 7. Kings 8. This is the highest I have seen the Kings in any rankings.
Overall 8.
Well, 8, and that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in the West. That's the highest I've seen.
Kind of where I have them at, but yeah, wow. Look at the Kings. Good for us.
Who do you have above?
Above the Kings?
Yeah.
The Suns, the Nuggets, the Lakers.
They're already in there.
The Thunder.
Yeah. Oh, the Thunder. That's right.
Thunder.
Clippers, did you have above?
No, I until I can see the Clippers play, stay
Mavericks?
healthy. Maybe the Mavericks. Maybe.
Memphis?
If Ja wasn't suspended, sure. I think the Kings are going to be 5 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Pelicans are going to be in that group.
Now let me
they're the Clippers of Louisiana.
Is that a bad thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because the Clippers were the 4 seed last year.
The Clippers, they can't stay healthy.
Yeah. Just remind me of the last time that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George played a game at the same time.
That's a good question.
That's
I don't
when
know
you
the
can
answer.
wake
Remind
me
me of
up.
the last time Brandon Ingram and Zion Williams played a game at the same time.
Probably Wednesday night, right? Right?
Sure.
The Pelicans are my sleeper. If I was going to go sleeper, I would go Pelicans. Because if Zion is healthy,
Brandon Ingram
that guy is better than anybody.
Brandon Ingram has not played more than 60 games in the season since he was a Laker. And Zion,
That's a good nugget.
is he healthy? Is he in shape?
Yes. He's had a good preseason.
Has he? He looks.
I love the guy.
He looks slow.
I'm biased.
I love Zion.
I know.
Zion's my guy.
I know.
But
I
you will
know.
never get Zook
I know.
Zion again.
And he didn't do himself any favors having that commercial where he was eating chips and playing video games.
He's
or
also
whatever it was.
can fall backwards into scoring 20 points a game. And I know that doesn't translate to the Pelicans will be better next year, but I do think they'll be good. Oh, hey, Nate's here.
Nate, how's the girl? Girl good?
Yay!
You saved her?
Shout out Kayla.
I saved her. Yeah, shout out Kayla. It was I'll fill you guys in.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I guess when I look at the conference in general, the problem that I've had with much of the offseason talk about the Kings is didn't do anything, health. Please don't bring up health to me. They've been healthier than anybody else, and the West has gotten much better. Okay, that's fine. But why isn't this team? Why haven't they gotten better? That's my question.
That's my question.
To anybody that's saying anything about the Kings, why is first of all, it was Mike Brown's first year. So anything that he's trying to implement, he's only going to do a better job of doing it. The second year you do anything, you're better than the first year that you did it.
Yes.
Of course. And then all these guys who are not old are just going to get better in terms of jump shooting, defense, all that stuff. Not to mention, they added Sasha. They added JaVale McGee. They added Duarte. What am I missing here?
Keegan Murray, year 2.
You had a 3 seed that kept everybody and then added people. What am I missing here? Why is there nothing but Kings hate? I don't get it.
I guess some regression back to the mean, as well as with the West being better. They're better than they were last year.
That's fine. Yeah, the Lakers were a dumpster fire for much of the year and then ended up getting to the conference finals. I get that. The Suns got better.
Pelicans were a mess.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies were a mess.
But why didn't the Kings also get better?
Did they get better?
I think so.
I'm very much in between on did they get better.
You were one of the guys that wanted them to do more in free agency?
I was one of the guys that wanted to go get another third guy.
You got a free agent, okay? 2 free agents. 1 is not even a player. It's just a year of experience. 2, Sasha.
But Sasha has not looked that great in preseason.
Duarte, who started in the preseason.
And Duarte got
played great.
Duarte got DMPs in Indiana last year.
He was banged up all year.
Sure, but he also got DMPs.
All right. Coming up, 11:45. We all plead the fifth. Nate's here, so I guess we have to play the intro. I would think so.
I would hope so.
And we're going to do getting to know you. You know what I mean? It's been a staple,
I like to get to know you. I like to get to know Nate. I like to get to know Kyle.
Let's get answers from everybody. Let's turn on 2 mics behind the glass back there. Can we do that? I don't even know if we have to.
We can.
Anyways, we'll figure it all out. We'll have fun in the 5th. Coming up next, Zakariah, Emil Fergoso, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Gold Country Casino Resort proudly presents an unforgettable night of professional boxing. On Saturday, November 11th, our event features a stacked fight card with exciting bouts of live boxing that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss out on this epic night of boxing action. Tickets are on sale now at goldcountrycasino.com for this exciting event. November 11th at 7 p.m. only at
Gold Country Casino Resort.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet feel good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
As a business owner, outfitting your van fleet with Mercedes Sprinter vans is just smart business. Mercedes Sprinters qualify for a remarkably generous IRS Section 179 tax deduction. This means you literally can save thousands in tax savings. Family-owned Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a dedicated Mercedes van department with trained commercial vehicle experts ready to help you take on any job. See our selection of capable Mercedes vans at mbofstockton.com.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. Sactown Sports 1140 is where you can find us. I'm Zakariah. He's Emil Fragoso. He's Kyle Ledbetter, who did OT because Nate, he was helping a
damsel in distress.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you could say that in 2023. How'd that go, Nate?
Well, first of all, appreciate you guys for
Don't thank us, thank him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got him Starbucks.
Okay. What is that? Cranberry?
It's dragon fruit.
Oh.
Yeah. But car died at a gas station. It's a Nissan. Never buy a Nissan.
No.
Whoa.
I own a Nissan, I understand.
They're not a sponsor.
Okay. All right.
Potential sponsor.
Potential. Well, not anymore. Stranded at a gas station, not in a place like at a pump.
Mm-hmm.
So not a place you can leave your car, right? You're going to get towed. And then she's just sitting there. No one can help her. Parents are not around. And it's just, I'm the car.
So what'd you do?
I showed up, jumped her car. So the battery, I thought the battery
jump?
was up. No, jumped her, got her to her work, which is around the corner, took out the battery while I was there. On the way, I had to get my tools and get everything. And as you know, I couldn't let you in this morning because I forgot my wallet.
Indeed.
So I had to get my wallet.
Yeah. Found that out the hard way.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so I got tools, wallet, went all the way out to Rockland, got her back to her job, took the battery out, went to O'Reilly's, got it tested, bought a new battery, threw it back in, drove back here.
Wow.
So that was the move.
And
what a boyfriend you are.
It's not, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. You know what?
You got a good one, Kayla.
You deserve that.
It's not the first time either. I'll say that. It's not the first time.
A habitual car issue person. That's fine. I mean, it happens.
It happens. It happens.
Cars are tough.
I appreciate the claps.
I've had great luck with cars, but let's get to know you. Let's get to know Kyle Ledbetter. Let's get to know really odd names you guys have here. I gotta be honest. Well,
like unique.
As I'm going to be departing on Wednesday.
It's the first time anyone's ever said Kyle is a unique name.
No, Ledbetter, my friend.
What is a Ledbetter? Because there's that song Yellow Ledbetter. What is it?
What?
That it's a Pearl Jam song, right?
Yeah, it is a Pearl Jam song, which, by the way, everyone brings this up. Well, not everyone. A lot of people bring this up when they hear my last name. They're like, oh, like the song, right? And I'm like, yes, like the song. The song's not really that good. It's just...
Ooh, don't tell Whitey that.
I know. It's just something that happens to have my last name.
Fair enough.
What is a Ledbetter, though? I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
All right, that's all.
I don't think it's a noun. I think it's just a name.
That's my job now. What is a Ledbetter?
Yeah.
I've never considered it being a noun before.
By the way, coming up top of the hour, Emil's article on the over-under. We're going to have a debate. Apparently, he discussed this with his father, which I think he should get a cut of your paycheck.
He gets a mention.
Just a mention?
He gets a mention.
I think he needs like greenbacks.
No, I just want someone to bounce ideas off that day.
Okay.
That's all I need it for.
All right.
Also, by the way, a Ledbetter is a United States folk singer or composer. Ledbetter was a person, I think.
Oh, Leadbelly. Yeah, Leadbelly was an old folk singer.
No, Ledbetter. Huddy Ledbetter, that's a person, was a folk singer. So Ledbetter comes from that.
Interesting.
Huh.
The more you know.
All right. Well, let's start with this, gentlemen. And I think that this is a fair question for everybody in the room. Would you prefer a job you hate with a high salary or a job you love with a low salary?
I think that's answers. I don't know if we need to answer. Anyone in here?
I'll start with you.
Bro.
Cut his mic off. I'm starting with Emil. I already knew you were going to be in trouble.
All of us are the same in the same spot.
Okay.
I know that.
You want the real answer?
Yes.
Well, I left the job with a higher pay to come here. So
There you go.
So, I
you
guess,
prefer a job you love with lower pay?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all in radio. Kyle?
I have a college degree and I'm here.
So do I.
yeah.
I graduated from Cal, Kyle, and I'm here.
I'm UC Davis.
Yeah, UC Davis. Shout out.
We're a couple of Davis boys. back
Yeah,
here.
Arizona State, baby.
And so your answer?
What do you think, man?
Yeah,
You're
we're
gonna have to ask me,
all
dude.
like early to mid 20s
dude.
that are here right now.
Come on, I'm having fun.
I know it may look like we're rolling in big bucks, but
Okay.
you know.
All right.
I know with your color schemes and everything.
Here's the question I think I've already asked, but I haven't asked you gentlemen. And let's start with Kyle here because I'm a little bit more careful with him. I think he's going to have and I want Nate back there to have some time to decide. But are you a person that prefers conversations in person or text?
In person.
Person.
Definitely.
Not even a question.
Okay.
Person.
Oh, dude, I'm confrontation all the way. In person.
Yep.
I didn't ask you for that. I didn't say it was a bad
We're
conversation.
all direct and
No.
blunt. We don't
Yeah.
care.
Confrontation doesn't have to be bad.
So I have a buddy, Sean O'Connell, former UFC fighter, won $1 million on New Year's Eve. Shout out Salt
Guest
Lake
on the
City,
show.
Utah. Guest on the show.
Friend of the show.
He says the only person that calls him other than me is his mother. Everybody else texts. So like,
Yeah.
are phone calls just dead?
Kind of.
Yeah, please don't ever call me. Anyone who may or may not have
But
my
you
phone
just
number.
said you want to do in person.
I've definitely
yeah,
called
like
you like
face
twice
to
this week.
face.
Oh, but not the call.
I mean, not really. I mean, I'll call
Okay.
my grandma, but like, I'm not calling my friends.
I definitely called
That's
you twice
what I
this
am
week.
now.
Yeah.
I'm a grandma.
Yes, you did call me a couple times, but you actually had something that we needed to,
Talk
you know,
about, yes.
and we did FaceTime so that I could
Good
see
point.
what was
Yeah.
going on.
So
I
only call for urgent matters.
I guess, look, I've said this for years. Please don't make me your emergency contact. I will be terrible in
That's
that
actually
situation.
one of the questions here.
My phone
we
is
know Nate is an emergency contact.
Yeah, my phone is
For sure,
always
yeah.
on Do Not Disturb. Like
You're one of those guys?
Yeah.
What's the do not disturb
Yeah,
thing
dude,
really
that's
even
kinda-
do for you?
Yeah.
That's such a
My phone's
word
always on,
that I can't say on air. That is a blank move.
my phone's always on vibrate. It's never the ringer's never on.
Exactly. So why do you put do not disturb?
Because I don't want to be disturbed.
Yeah. If he's busy
So
doing
like
something.
you're literally telling let's say I wanted to text you. You're letting me know I do not want to be notified of anything.
I have notifications turned off on my phone. Like
Me too.
You know how you know how I had to get a hold of him earlier today?
Huh.
I knew he wasn't going to answer, and I'm driving back. I had to call the station, and I knew he'd pick up the
Come
phone.
on.
He did do that.
That's
Literally
exactly what I
called
did.
916-339.
And by the way,
1140.
if it had said wireless caller on there, I might have put you on hold.
Yeah.
Like it had your last
kept
name as the
calling.
caller ID, and I knew it was you.
You guys are awful. All right. Do you believe in soulmates?
Yes, I
Yes.
have one.
Man,
Very
that-
good answer.
Yeah. I'm on fire today.
Yeah, you are.
I'm turning into an A+ boyfriend today.
Yes.
I went from C- to
Such
A+.
a good answer. I was kind of waiting to see what you would say.
Yeah.
Yes, anybody that has a significant other definitely believes in soulmates. I do believe in soulmates. I
Me
think
too.
you do find somebody at some point that is the person for you.
It's yet to be found
Forever?
for me.
Yeah, ditto.
I'm not
Huh?
going to come up with a better answer than Nate, but
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, relationships are built over thousands of little interactions, and over time, that's how you build up soulmates.
Okay, fair enough. What else do we got here? What's the most annoying thing people do in public? My ex hated the way that I ate.
What?
Yeah, like she said I smacked my food
Oh.
when I ate. I wasn't aware of it until she said it.
Like playing music off your phone.
Oh gosh.
100%. And you know where the
Yeah.
biggest place that's annoying?
The bus? Or,
The airport.
Oh, airport.
The
Oof, yeah.
airport. When people
Yeah.
are sitting, you're waiting for your plane. And that's like, dude, headphones.
Yeah.
Or just nothing.
No, if you don't bring headphones, you're not allowed to listen to music.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's how this works.
That
It's not all
sounds
about
fair.
you. You're not the main character.
Yeah.
You're not the main character.
You got
It doesn't matter if you
most
are.
annoying thing in public.
That I do?
No.
Because
People.
I do stand-up comedy, so depending on how people feel,
That might be the most annoying thing you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
depending
Sure,
on how funny you think I am, that might be the answer.
All right, here's a random one. We only have a minute left. Most overrated celebrity.
Kim Kardashian.
I mean, that's a really good answer, Emil. It's hard to come back from
What
it.
is she famous for?
I'm not a big Rachel McAdams fan.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I have a soft spot for her, so yeah.
That's your era, though.
It's your era.
Elon Musk. That's my answer.
Elon Musk.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's a great answer.
You got one?
I'm going to say Donald Trump.
Okay. I mean, yeah, safe.
Was he famous for?
No, he was a celebrity before he became president.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the celebrity, not the president.
Arguably,
we're not
bigger
talking
celebrity,
politics, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I would say George Clooney. I mean, I think he's just famous because of how good looking he is.
Yeah.
He makes me feel good about being old.
Ocean's 11
He
is
didn't get
good.
married till he was like
He's a-
55.
he's a-
Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
I don't think
were
he's an
great.
amazing actor. I think he's a good actor.
Okay. Yeah.
Ocean's 13 was great.
No,
It's fine.
not really. What was the one where Julia Roberts pretended to be herself in the movie? That was weird. Remember that?
Isn't that 12? 12 is the crazy one.
12's the crazy one.
Yeah.
Right.
12's all.
Yeah.
Too many oceans.
Brad Pitt could be overrated too.
Atlantic
Same
Ocean.
kind of category.
There's just too many
good
movies
looking.
he's good in, though.
Well, just good looking, right?
It's pretty good looking.
Brad Pitt's pretty good as an actor, I feel like.
Okay. All right. I'm discrediting him by associating him with George Clooney.
I guess.
You got Pitt a couple notches above.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had this thing for George Clooney.
He's the only thing that makes me feel good about being old. The guy got married at like 55.
Started
He
acting
gives all
late,
us
too.
old people hope.
Shout out Clooney.
Shout out George Clooney. All right. Coming up next, over-unders in the Western Conference. Where does Emil Fragoso stand, and where do I disagree? Zachariah, Emil, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season?
Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995?
Join us throughout the season to hear all the games and all the analysis on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
The 49ers Report, brought to you by E.B. Stone. E.B. Stone, for the life of your garden. Another heartbreaking loss on the road for the 49ers, dropping their second game of the season to Minnesota, 22-17. Quarterback Kirk Cousins torched the 49ers defense for 378 passing yards, a season high allowed by the red and gold. The 49ers had a chance to win the game late, but 2 costly fourth-quarter interceptions by Brock Purdy doomed the team to the loss. The red and gold will look to bounce back in Week 8, hosting Cincinnati at Levi's Stadium.
With over 100 years as a family-owned company, EB Stone's learned a few things about making plants grow. Start a healthy family hobby with indoor planting with EB Stone's Edna's Best Indoor and Outdoor Potting Soil to help your little plants grow into the perfect indoor plant for the kids and family to enjoy. EB Stone's Indoor and Outdoor Potting Soil is perfectly blended with all the important ingredients you need to create that perfect indoor and outdoor plant or garden. EB Stone, for the life of your garden. Visit ebstone.org for more gardening tips, products, and...
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports' IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com and sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's film at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Texas Rangers defeated the Houston Astros by a score of 11-4 in Game 7 to advance to the World Series. It's the third American League championship in franchise history after making back-to-back World Series in 2010 and 2011. The Philadelphia Phillies and Arizona Diamondbacks have a winner-take-all Game 7 for the NL pennant tonight at 5 p.m. And the NBA is back tonight. Not the Kings quite yet. That's tomorrow. Opening night features the Los Angeles Lakers against the defending champion Nuggets, followed by Kevin Durant's Phoenix Suns and Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors. It's the first time Durant will play in a game in the Bay since leaving the Warriors in 2019. Those are the headlines. Now back to the midday show with Emil and Zakariah.
Sactown Sports.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Yes, sir. Call, text 916-339-1140.
I like that.
That's where you do it. Sorry, I was, I'm trying to vibe with the music.
Vibing.
You know what I
Little
mean?
rocker action.
He's Emil Fragoso. I am Zakariah Frigerio. And this is Sactown Sports 1140. Again, you can join us anytime that you want. 916-339-1140. By the way, shout out to my uncle. It's his birthday today.
Shout out, Uncle.
Sounds exactly like my dad. I think he's probably like 70. Man, he's got to be like 75.
Wow.
Unc, you can text me your age. He listens. Big time Lions fan, so I didn't hear a lot from him this weekend because they got smashed.
Yeah,
he's a Dutch immigrant, as was my father and my
okay.
2 aunts, and they all came from the Netherlands. And I don't know if you know this about immigrants. They go to specific states.
Yes.
So like Dutch people are in Michigan and they're in Iowa.
That I didn't know.
Those are the two
I thought
states.
It was New York.
No, like Irish, same thing. Like all the immigrants, they go because they want to be around each other and have the same,
Of course.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh.
So, yeah. Anyways, it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out Libras, the best. I'm not a.
I'm
you
a
an
Pisces.
astrology guy?
I'm a Pisces.
Are those good people? I don't know.
Whenever I tell it to girls, they go, "Aw." So
Really? It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. Okay. Libras are great. We're the balance beam. Geminis, be wary. They literally, I mean, it says in the sign that they have 2 personalities. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I know. Careful now.
To the phone lines we go, I guess, before we get to these over-unders. 916-339-1140. I'm on Twitter at Zach Sports, ZAK Sports. He's at Emiliano Fragoso. And we are going to the phone lines, and it is who? It is Tin in Sactown.
Tin!
What's up, Tin?
Tin, how the heck does that happen? You guys end off on Gemini. I'm a Gemini. I'm calling in. Hello, how are you guys?
Do you have 2 personalities, Tin?
Yeah, that's true. They say two-faced, something like this. But hey, let's get to the real topic here, NFL.
Okay.
So why the Niners losing 2 straight?
Well, Brock Purdy wasn't great, and according to Emil, the defense let them down. I don't think that they did, but Emil does, and that's where we differ. But he was also agreed upon with our guest. So maybe I'm wrong. I thought that the offense let him down. Purdy had 2 opportunities and threw 2 picks. That's the way I see it. Is he gone?
Wow. Isn't he? But he's still young, so let's not counts the mistakes as something that
I'm not throwing dirt on Purdy at all. I think he's just as great as I thought that he was when they were 5-0. But he was. I mean, he had 2 opportunities and turned the ball over twice.
That's fair.
Yeah. We can discount him off his mistakes.
Okay. There you go. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you, Tin.
We appreciate it.
Will we see you on Return of the Empire tonight?
He gone.
Oh, Tin.
He did confirm, though, that Geminis have 2 personalities.
He did. It's true.
That wasn't a stereotype on my end. All right, let's get to some over-unders, Western Conference style.
Let's do it.
Now, we have a doubleheader tonight as the round ball, the NBA, the National Basketball Association kicks off tonight with 2 great games. A rematch of the Western Conference Final with a fake rivalry between the Nuggets and the Lakers that I don't really believe in. And then the Phoenix Suns, somebody really likes that team, and the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
That will be the second half of your doubleheader. But you did an over-under on every Western Conference team. Give me some numbers, give me some overs, give me some unders, and I will tell you if I agree or disagree.
We'll start with the matchups tonight, right? Why
All
not?
right.
Right, we'll be relevant.
Okay.
And the Denver Nuggets.
Look at you,
are,
radio pro.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Denver Nuggets. They are the best team in the West last year.
Okay.
They just won the NBA championship.
Here's how I want to do this. Sorry.
Okay.
Because this is what I do. So people think because I do sports broadcasting that I know like gambling lines. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't know any more than anybody on the street. Okay. It's all luck. But people call me and ask me for advice. What I like to do is guess the line. So like they'll say Minnesota at Detroit. And I'll say, okay, Detroit, Minnesota up and down year. You get a field goal for being at home. So let me guess the over under.
So let me ask you, Denver Nuggets. They just won the NBA championship.
Yep.
They were the best team in the West last year. They got Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray another year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the over under is, Zachariah?
I think it's 49.5.
Ooh, you are actually under. It is 52.5 would be the over under.
So I would take the under.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you take the over?
I
on
took
that?
the over.
Okay.
Yes.
So we disagree?
We do.
That's good radio.
It is good
radio. They
radio.
want us to disagree.
It is.
I don't like to force disagreement.
No.
But when we naturally disagree, it's good for radio. All right. What's next?
Yeah. Just scrolling down. Obviously, got the Lakers. The Lakers, right? Lakers with LeBron James. Anthony Davis is now there. They're both healthy, we think.
Yep.
They struggled last year, but they came back. They had the Western Conference Finals.
48.5.
46.5 is the over-under. You were high.
So I would take the over.
You would take the over then,
Yep.
yes.
Did you take the over?
I did as well.
There you go. All right.
Lakers are my number 2 team in the West, by the way. I'll say that.
All right.
Scrolling down
on your own article. By the way, check it out, SactownSports.com.
As well as check out
Fragoso.
Brendan, Frankie, and Chris Watkins did a over-under for the Kings totals this year. You know, points per game for Keegan,
Got it.
rebounds, total win totals.
Oh, all
that
the player
stuff.
props?
Yeah, all the player
okay.
props. So
All
shout out that as well. Return of the Roar, Sactown Sports.
Gamble responsibly.
1-800-GAMBLER. Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, 45 wins last year.
Mm-hmm.
They added Kevin Durant mid-season. Now they got Bradley Beal here. Chris Paul's gone.
Devin
a
Booker's
whole
still
new
there.
look.
Yep. Aiden's gone too.
What do you think it's going to be?
I would put their over under at, I'm going to go again with 48.5.
52.5 is their over under.
Under.
And I took the under as well.
Okay. There you go.
I think they're a playoff team. Not a regular
So
season
we're
team.
2 for 3.
We are.
You and I.
We are.
We just differ on the Nuggets.
What team are we missing?
Man, there's a lot of teams in the league. But I'm guessing you're going to go Sacramento Kings here.
I guess I am going to go Sacramento Kings.
All right.
Sacramento Kings.
I know it's low. I believe it's okay. Last year they went 48-34.
Correct.
I believe it's a lot lower than that because everybody talks about health and a bunch of nonsense that I can't stand hearing about.
Sure.
I'm going to guess that their over under is 43.5.
You were close. It is 44.5.
44.5. So I guess I would go
over.
Yeah, I'm still going to go over.
It's a cautious over.
I was guessing that they were going to be lower than I actually like. That wasn't me guessing what I thought they should be. That was me guessing what I thought that they projected. I would go over on that.
I would go over as well.
44.5.
Yeah,
that would put them at the 5 seed.
Yeah, they would need 45 wins to hit the over.
Yeah, I got over.
I have over as well. Golden State Warriors.
44 last year. Big changes. Chris Paul in the mix.
No Jordan Poole.
45.5 would be my guess of what they say.
It is 47.5 is the over.
I'd go under.
I would go under as well.
I'm taking a lot of unders here.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Nuggets under. What are the Grizzlies at? Have we done the Grizzlies?
We have not. We haven't gotten to that division yet.
They had 51 wins last year.
You want to go to the Grizzlies? We can go to the Grizzlies.
John Moran is missing how many games? 20 or 25? 25?
Yes. 51 wins
25
last year.
by my math is About a third.
They've played well without him, though.
They have.
Yeah.
I know that it's the Ewing effect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're aging years. You keep talking about how young you are. You bring up a lot of stuff from my era. Yeah, you do.
No,
you know where that started?
What?
Bill Simmons.
Yep.
Whoa,
The Ewing theory.
effect?
Yeah.
He's the Ewing
Well, it's
theory.
called the Ewing theory.
I mean, it's
you want to
pretty
say it correctly.
I mean, I've seen it work. I've seen it happen.
All
So.
right. Well, I'm going to put
Memphis.
them at 43.5.
Wow, you are very low. It's 46.5 is the over-under.
Low. I'm going under on all these guys.
I'm going under as well.
Here's the thing. Do they not know that the West is going to beat up on itself? Like they have to play each other.
They do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you only have a game or two against the Eastern Conference teams.
I know.
So anyways.
And Steven Adams is now out for the season as well. Desmond Bain got his big deal, but I don't think Desmond Bain is the number one. I think he's more of a number 2 or 3.
Mhm.
It's a good team.
All right.
But I think the Memphis Grizzlies are a John Moran away from being a real player.
What do you got next?
What do I got next? Well,
We haven't done the Timberwolves.
probably you want to do
Your darling, the Thunder.
our darling, the Thunder.
Mhm.
My
You want
darling,
to go
the
there?
Thunder. We can go to the Thunder.
All
yeah.
right. Last year, 40 and 42. Obviously, one of the best players in the game. Sag.
Sag.
That's going to be higher than you think. That's going to be 47.5.
You are too high. It is 44.5.
See, okay, one over.
Yep, I'm taking the over.
Okay.
Taking the over as well.
Good. Thunder.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't think I'm as high on them as you are.
I'm high on them.
Would you guys straight trade Josh Giddey for Keegan Murray
Like, I'm trying to
with the Thunder? Yeah, you would.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Am I on air?
Yeah. I'm not trading Keegan Murray for Josh Giddey.
okay.
I like Josh Giddey, but he's not a good shooter.
Okay.
I
All right.
like him, but I
Just wanted to see. I just want a temperature check on that because I know like Dave's super high on Giddey,
Dave.
but it's like Keegan is pretty important to this team.
Keegan is so
yeah.
Keegan is so important to this team. His
Yeah.
shooting and ability to career off the dribble this year is something that Giddey does not have.
Okay. Just wanted to check in on that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to shake. You know what I mean? Even Mike Brown's talked about that.
All right, you brought him
The
up.
wiggle. Did he not bring up the wiggle?
The
Giddey.
Giddy. The Giddy.
If you will.
You just brought up a minute ago the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards, year 4.
Whatever it is under. Let me guess it.
Okay.
They went 42 and 40 last year. I'm going to say that it'll be right around there. 41.5.
Over under is 44.5.
Under.
I take the over.
Okay.
I'm all in on the Timberwolves this year.
They stink.
Anthony Edwards is Michael Jordan.
Okay. All right. You said that you're a hooper, right? You love hoop?
Yeah.
You would rather watch the Magic and the Raptors versus going out and having a karaoke night with Nate, right?
I said Kyle.
That's how
yes.
much you like. Well, would Nate change it?
Nate might change.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
Nate was on such a pedestal.
Nate is.
Okay,
I'm
my
a good
point is,
time.
I'm a hooper. I'm a first-team all-leaguer, junior college. Shout out Contra Costa College Comets. A lot of season there.
Wow. A lot of words.
I love hoop. That is not how you make a roster. It's just not. You don't bring in
The team is
with
good.
Cat. You don't bring in with Cat Rudy Gay. You don't that roster.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. Sorry. You don't bring him in there. It's just the whole mixture of their team
I like this.
is
team.
not bad. Okay.
I
gonna
think
take the under.
Anthony Edwards could be a top 5 NBA
How
player
many
this year.
unders do I have? I got under Denver. I got under
You got
Memphis.
more unders than overs.
I got under Phoenix.
Yep.
I got under Clippers.
Yep.
I got under Warriors.
Yep.
I got the only one we agreed on Lakers. I took over. I like the over on the Lakers.
I do as well.
They had a really good offseason.
All right, this is a fun one.
All right,
This
what
is
else
a
you got?
New look team.
All right.
Houston Rockets.
The team that only spent money because they literally had to.
But Ime
You know there's a
Udoka's there,
salary
and-
basement, right?
There is.
Okay.
But Ime Udoka's there. They add some nice pieces. Fred VanVleet's there. Dylan Brooks is there. They got a lot of young players.
They won 22 games last year.
They did.
22 and 60.
They were bad.
Man, 60 is a lot of games to lose.
They were bad.
Spurs lost the same amount. Rockets over under 34.5.
We were very high. It's 31.5.
I'll take the over on
I'll take the
Houston.
over. Yeah.
Okay.
I will as well.
All right. So this is what you bounced off your dad.
Yeah. Actually,
How
no.
am I
I
doing?
took the under. He took the over.
Okay.
He had the over. I had the.
Me too.
I think that they're going to get there. I just think year one of Ime Udoka is going to be a hard learning curve for them.
Okay.
All right. One more.
I actually want to bet all these now
Can't do that though. 100 gambler.
legally.
The
When I go to
darling,
Nevada.
probably everyone's favorite league pass team this year: San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama.
22-60, like I said.
Yep.
Last year.
They have Victor Wembanyama.
Over under 38.5.
Whoa. That's a number you just threw out there. 28.5. You're 10 over.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I take the over.
Wemby's that good.
They're going to win 30 games.
Okay.
How much is he going to play, though?
60,
a lot.
60 games, he wins half of them.
What? They're already talking about load managing him?
Yeah, I mean, you hear rumbles about
He doesn't have an injury, does he?
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
I say they win half of those games. So
Over
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
Let's
Looks
see.
like we have the Blazers left, and we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. Let's do the Blazers.
Okay. Blazers last year, 33-49. They got Scoot. Big Scoot fan. I like the trades that they made. I will put the over-under at 34.5, and I will take the over.
27.5.
Over.
Really? I took the under.
Yes.
Took the under.
You did?
They're going to be a learning team this
You
year.
don't believe in Scoot?
And I think I do believe in Scoot.
Not a Scoot guy?
Scoot's my guy. Scoot's my guy. But Chauncey Billups
But not enough for you to
Chauncey
take
Billups
the
is
over?
not a good enough coach to get him over that thing. I think Chauncey gets canned midseason.
Chauncey, great dog name.
Yes, it is. John, we'll see.
Might name my next dog. My previous dog was named Nash.
I like that.
He was a German Shepherd. My next dog, probably going to be Chauncey. Chauncey's a great dog
Chauncey's
name.
a great name.
And he was a dog on the court.
It was.
Defeated the
Big shot.
heavily favored Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes, he did.
I'll never forget that time.
And Ben Wallace.
2006? Yeah, both Wallace brothers.
04.
04?
03, 04, I thought.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
right.
it was Darko's rookie year.
The end of the Kobe Shaq era.
Darko's rookie year. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, coming up next, who was to blame for last night's game? We will get into it. He says defense. I say offense. Because Purdy had a shot. Didn't get it done. You know what I mean? 2 shots. Purdy, you coming back to life? I think that you're just fine. But we'll see what the panic level is at with our 49ers insider, Emil Fregoso, and Zakariah. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL?
Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Homecoming night for Sacramento State football this Saturday versus Idaho State Bengals. Kickoff 6 p.m. Come early and enjoy the festivities. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It's the model year-end sales event at Acura of Stockton. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Lease a new Acura RDX or MDX. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton or AcuraofStockton.com, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
Happy NBA tip-off day. Welcome back in. Yeah, you got to turn.
Wow.
5-yard flag. I've asked for many a things, Emil. By the way, that's Emil Fregoso.
Hi, guys.
I'm Zakariah. This is Sactown Sports 1140. I've asked for a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a needy guy in general, but I asked for like an intro for the 5th, which Nate provided. But then also just a drop of a flag being dropped. So like when you just spoke into the microphone, but you didn't have your microphone on. That's
see why you expose me like that.
I'm gonna go. Well, I mean, people see it on YouTube, so I'm not. I mean, to the YouTube audience, they saw it. Anyways, that was probably a 5-yarder.
I'd say so.
Everybody's had a mic thing. You know what I mean? Like yesterday, we had a guest, and I guess I was on a different thing with all the technical stuff that I don't know about, and so he had to come and turn it up because I couldn't hear Lorenzo Alexander. It was a sloppy beginning to a fantastic hour
Really?
Lorenzo Alexander. Yeah.
It ended well, too. It ended in sparks.
Yeah.
For sure. It was fun.
I have to go back.
roll.
I had to go back and listen to it. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And he's going to join us tomorrow. So will Damon Bruce and a secret Pro Bowl offensive lineman.
Look at you.
Lincoln Kennedy. And if
Whoa.
you're bored at work right now, just Google Lincoln Kennedy, 2 presidents, a bunch of different weird conspiracy things, but that's actually his name. Anyways, he's going to join us tomorrow as well. But right now, we get into Monday Night Football last night. And again, it was another game. Here's the thing, Emil, and I know Nate's going to jump in here. Return of the Empire, shout out, 6 to 7 tonight. Tune in, make sure. I need to see a game where I think less of the Niners. And neither of their last 2 losses has made me feel that way. Now, Nate told me in the break, please do me a favor. Never say that the Niners are going to win. The Niners are going to win comfortably. That's what I've been telling you over the past 2 weeks. And I'm going to eat crow, as my mom told me I was going to have to after the game ended last night. But they were in position to win both games, Emil. They had a field goal from Mr. Moody.
They did.
3rd round draft pick out of Michigan. 40-yarder. That's supposed to be chump change. Okay? A little wide right.
Yeah.
And then last night, Purdy had 2 opportunities to drive them down in Minnesota to win that game. I didn't walk away from either loss feeling less confident about the red and gold. You say what?
I definitely feel less confident. It's a cautious concern. This team has shown signs of weakness. They've both shown their peak and their valley, and that's the problem. Is they need to find more consistency. They have to find a way to execute better on game day in terms of just getting out and doing Niners football, because all the mistakes they're making are just mental errors, the missed tackles, the penalties, getting the ball ripped out of your hands for a touchdown. These are all mental mistakes that can't happen. Even the Purdy interceptions are just him trying to do too much, him anticipating the throw, whatever. Things happen, but this Niners team definitely is not as strong as they were 2 weeks ago.
Okay. What specific area, if I had to have you dial it down just to one?
The offensive line.
But we knew that going into the season.
No, we did not. No Trent Williams last night, obviously.
Yeah, we did. They were a question, Emil, the whole time, especially on the right side.
On the right, not the whole line, though, part of it.
I mean, that's a big
But
chunk.
just the line.
The line was a question.
It was really Colton McKivitz. The rest of the line we weren't as concerned about.
Burford.
But here's the thing, Emil. The offensive line has been the same. Yes, no Trent Williams. That makes a massive difference.
It does.
Just by his actual being. I get that. But in general, that was always a concern. And it wasn't a concern when we were talking 5-0. To me, if you're going to look at anything, and I'm not looking at the defense last night, to me, the biggest difference has been Purdy being the odds-on favorite to be the MVP of the league to all of a sudden having a regression over the past 2 weeks. And that's even with him driving them down for a game-winning field goal. So even at his bad, I'm not worried about it. That's why I'm just not worried about the Niners in general. And look, for Nate's sake, I will not say, I'm not going to be on air next week, so I will not say anything about any coming weeks. They got they have a tough challenge with Cincy coming up. I'm not going to say anything about anything. I'm just going to say I have not changed or altered my opinion. And both of you guys were reaching for the panic button in the commercial break.
Because there's a reason to.
Okay.
Both of you aren't even mentioning the corners. The 49ers corners are like, I was praising Charvarius Ward in that first quarter or so. I asked my dad, we can call my dad and ask him. I was calling out Charvarius Ward for doing well. And then he blew the game for the he was dumb penalties. He let Addison get that giant touchdown that arguably, if he doesn't score that, the Niners win, right? Just stupid penalty. Lenore was getting super lucky on that missed throw Kirk Cousins had in the end zone. Just stupid stuff. The biggest problem with the Niners, and you think I'm going to say corners here, I'm not. I'm going to say it's the pass rush, because the corners aren't great, and we've known that, but the pass rush isn't getting home.
You actually stole my thunder. I was going to say, all the problems you want to talk about, if the defensive line is doing what they should be doing, which is a tremendous job with all of that talent, then we're not talking about the corners, because honestly, your secondary is as good as your defensive line.
The team did not build their secondary. The team built their D line because they didn't need a secondary. Obviously you need it, whatever. But the idea behind this defense is put pressure on the quarterback, get to the quarterback, no deep throws. Have a decent corners, but that's not how this team is built.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, I'm sure they're going to look at that. And look, the Vikings offensive line has not been some highly praised unit of any sort of football team, but they have done a lot of improvement. And you got to give a love to Kirk Cousins. Again, to me, 22 points is not overly impressive. I'm not walking away from that game. I think that, as I said earlier, that the Vikings are just in football purgatory in terms of not really knowing where they're at. What are they going to do? His contract is up at the end of this year. We all know how Kirk does. Hi, you like that? We all know how he does when he's got a contract up in the air, and he's done better negotiating than anybody has in any sport. But I didn't walk away from that game going, Kirk Cousins is the real deal. I walked away from that game going, the Niners blew a game that they should have won.
I agree, but I do think Kirk was very, very good in that game. Yeah. Was Kirk good or great?
Oh yeah, how are we doing on this?
That poll closed. We opened up another poll. That poll, Kirk got great 51%. Nobody understands him 28%, and good 20%.
Okay,
there was that many options.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is not my poll.
Nobody understood. Kyle wanted to phrase it something else, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was all that on there. Anyways, so wait, what?
Great. I think great won.
So I won.
Great.
Yeah.
No,
barely.
I won.
51%.
I said he was great.
You said he was good.
I said he was great.
Oh, I said he was good.
Yeah, I definitely said. I definitely said he was great.
Yeah, I lost. He was not great last night.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
We do have a new poll up though.
You confused me with the third one. What's the new poll?
It's the question I asked you in the last segment. Would you straight trade Keegan Murray for Josh Giddey?
And I defiantly said no.
I did too. I'm curious where this ends.
Yeah. It's all no way so far, but I'm very curious obviously a lot of bias here.
I just have a big Iowa bias. As I said before, Iowa is a state that I will never return to. It's flat. There's no water. There's no mountains. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, anyways. All right. Coming up next, more round ball talk, and this time Kings specific. How many different lineups do you think we're going to see? Do we have an update? Nate, can you text your insider? I need another update on Duarte. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be starting as they start the season in Utah?
We do have an update.
Mañana. NBA season is on the horizon. Emil Fergoso, Zakariah, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the defense lead this squad again?
Intercepted, ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner.
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast. With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Did you know one of the worst things you can do is turn on your furnace after it's been sitting there all summer, gathering dust, without giving it a thorough tune-up first?
Think about it. What if your car had been sitting in the garage for 6 months without ever running?
Any piece of machinery that's been sitting needs to be tuned up. So call Bell Brothers. We'll tune up your furnace for just $87 and guarantee the results.
We guarantee that your tuned-up furnace will save you $87 on your energy bills. And we guarantee that your tuned-up furnace won't break down during the season, or we'll immediately refund your money. No questions asked.
Don't delay. Small problems that are easy and inexpensive to fix can quickly turn into big, expensive problems.
Call Bell Brothers right now to schedule your furnace tune-up at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's 916-444-1234 or online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Hey guys, do you know what makes Revive Men's Health Sacramento different? You. Every Revive treatment and medication is personalized just for you. Revive has the experts that guys go to when their current treatment isn't working. They have a complicated medical condition, or they're just not happy with their daily performance. Since 2011, they've helped thousands of local men suffering with the symptoms of low T and ED. Their goal is simple: to get to the bottom of your issues and fix them. Your best performance requires more than generic ED medications or a low-dose testosterone booster at a low-ball price like you find online. Revive medications are custom compounded, affordable, and guaranteed to resolve your issues. Stop dealing with the symptoms of low T or ED. Book your free T-check and exam and save $199 today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit us at revivemenshealth.com.
Igor, my faithful companion, it is time to prepare for the night. The shadows grow long, and the creatures of the night stir with excitement.
Yes, Master Dracula. What do you require of me?
I need you to fire up the hearse. Elk Grove Kia is having a Halloween sale that is to die for. We're going to upgrade to a new car worthy of the Prince of Darkness. I'm so excited. It is making my blood shiver.
But Master, with your credit history, aren't you worried you're going to get turned down?
Igor, shut up. Elk Grove Kia's finance department has over 100 years of experience. They can even get me approved, even with my troubled past. And Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on all new Kias, it's almost like having an immortal car.
Elk Grove Kia's Halloween sale is so good, it's scaring the competition. In fact, it's so scary, we can't even advertise the pricing. So whether you're in need of a new or used car, make your way to Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or visit us at elkgrovekia.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. The NBA is back tonight. Opening night features the LA Lakers playing against the defending champion Denver Nuggets, followed by Kevin Durant's Phoenix Suns taking on Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors. And it's the first time Durant will play a game in the Bay since leaving the Warriors in 2019. And the Texas Rangers defeated the Houston Astros 11-4 in Game 7 to advance to the World Series. It's the third American League championship in franchise history for them after making back-to-back World Series in 2010 and 2011. Also, the Philadelphia Phillies and Arizona Diamondbacks have a winner-takes-all Game 7 for the NL pennant tonight, 5 p.m. Speaking of baseball, we're about to get into some baseball right here on Zakariah and Emil for the Midday Show.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
What the big guy said. Check us out on YouTube.
Sactown Sports.
Search Sactown Sports. Jump in the chat, won't you?
Some
We're
breaking
live
news,
streaming.
though, too.
Okay, hang on. We got a lot of plates spinning here, okay?
We got a lot going on.
We got Bob Melvin to the Giants. My phone's blowing up. I have a lot of Giants friends. Giants, not my team.
Hayes guy.
I'm familiar
Mhm.
with the guy that they hired.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy, no?
We have to get to that. What's crazy?
Just, jumping across the pond.
Very predictable and a
Okay.
very great move, which makes me, anyways. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Okay, coming up at 12:45, we're going to play the greatest intro to any segment in the history of media.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun in the 40s. We're all going to plead the fifth together. So we'll do that then. McAfee. I want to get into McAfee. I don't know.
We'll get there.
We'll save it for air.
Look at him on the TV
I want to
up
know
here,
how
so
you
yeah.
feel about Mac. Well, yeah, he's all over the place. Wearing wife, can't say that anymore. Wearing a tank top.
Yes.
That's his signature
Yes.
look. Okay. Then We're going to get into some round ball, but you have breaking news.
I do.
What do you got for me?
I have two different pieces of breaking news. One is Sacramento Kings related. Chris Duarte did participate in today's practice, according to Frankie Cardicelli.
Okay.
And there was optimism he can play Wednesday, whereas Trey Lyles was not a full participant today and is out for Wednesday in Utah.
What happened to Trey Lyles?
He has a calf strain.
When did that happen?
I think like a week ago.
Man, I'm not.
So Trey's out. He's a short-term injury is what I've heard, but it's out.
Okay.
According to Frankie Cardicelli, go check
Definitely
out
not playing.
Frankie's content on Sactown Sports, everything Kings related, Sactown Sports.
There
And
you
then
go.
Niners related. My front. For the first time all season, everyone, Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers will not have a after-day conference call with the media today. They have scheduled a players off day, meaning the managers and coaching staff are in the building, but the players are not. So
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed, says Kyle Shanahan.
yes.
Oh, man.
Is this the first time he's done this all year?
Trouble in the air tonight. Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
Way to go, Monday night. By the way, Snoop's whole involvement in that thing is just hilarious. I
He's
love
just hanging
Snoop.
out.
I love it.
Well, he's like, he's
I love
got
it.
like the Cadillac 64, hydraulics, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it cuts to in the air.
The fact that
tonight,
they
and
had
it's
Chris Stapleton do Phil Collins is incredible because I love Chris
Yeah.
Stapleton. Big
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton guy.
Yeah. No. Good stuff for sure. I love it. And I love Snoop. So this is the first time he's not doing it,
First time all season.
which leads you to believe what?
There's problems.
Like he's angry?
Like they got to figure out the coach staff what the heck.
Do you think he's angry at the defensive coordinator for calling an all-out blitz?
I do think that's part of it.
For the first time since 2002?
Yes.
In the last 30 seconds of a half?
Yes.
Okay.
So dumb.
It was almost a pick though, Nate.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Okay. All right.
And if Gibson shouldn't have bit down on the middle, but
So
okay.
you're not a woulda, coulda, shoulda guy.
I mean, it didn't happen.
Okay.
I
I'm a
did
big
mention
woulda,
earlier.
Coulda, shoulda. Charles Barkley should have won a title. Steve Nash should have won a title. Dan Marino should have won a title.
Do you think Barkley would say he should have won a title?
I think he knew Jordan was better. I mean, Jordan ruined a lot of people's careers.
So then he shouldn't. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't like freak injury or something.
No. It wasn't like something crazy. But
anyways,
I guess deserved would be the better word instead of shoulda.
yes, that is a better word.
So Panicville in Santa Clara? I no way.
Definitely a
You
little
think-
bit of worry, but frankly, it also could be because it's a shorter week as it is, and Tuesday's usually their off day as it is.
Do you think
during
this
the
is
week.
correlated?
I think it's partial because they have that. They only have one off day today, and it's going to be today because they got to go right into their work week for week 8.
Mhm.
But I also think it's unusual to not have a post-game conference call, which is what they usually do after the game, day after, and usually around midday. And I just clarify with Niners PR that it's not happened today.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk some round ball, as I promised. You might have thought it was going to be basketball, but it's going to be baseball. And let's just say this. Goodbye, Houston Astros. You want to talk about, okay, I've said this numerous times, Emil. I've said this numerous times.
Yeah.
In sports, you hate more than you love. And here's the
Yeah.
reason why. If it's baseball, you got what? You got 30 teams in baseball?
You do.
30 teams in the NBA. You have 32 in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you hate 29 times, and then 31 times. So I hate more than I love. But I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know what I mean?
I'm a fighter.
I hate the Astros. And
Yeah.
part of that is that they are in the A's division.
Because of the
Part of
Tractors.
it is because, they cheated their tails off. Now, I had a tweet. This is the first time I ever got cold take tweeted. Have you ever been cold take tweeted?
I don't think I have.
Somebody went back in my archives. This was after they won the cheating World Series.
Oh, no.
And I said that the Astros sold their soul to the devil. They will never win another World Series again. And then somebody retweeted it and said, this tweet did not age properly.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah. That's tough.
I didn't even remember that I had done it, but I still feel that way. And they lose.
I love the Twitter bots.
And do you know who's going to the World Series, Emil?
I don't know. Who is?
Bruce Bochy.
Oh, I know that guy.
Now, I'm not a big impersonator, but I can do Bruce. You want some Bruce?
I want some Bruce.
Well, we had a horse out there. We competed. We won. Dusty Baker, great skipper, great manager. So I can do a Bruce.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's my Bruce.
Yeah, it's
no,
good.
it's an excellent. It's
like
the only impersonation I can really do.
Yeah,
well,
I
I
like
could do Louis Armstrong too.
Oh, really?
What a wonderful world.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have like 2 impersonations.
I'm learning all new things about you right now.
I'm getting to know you.
Yeah.
Even though it's not fun in the 40s. Bruce Bochy in the World Series. Now he is, let's do this because we talked about this in the commercial break. You got analytics guy, you got feel guy. Where would you put, as you said,
Yes.
that you had the now fired manager who might be a president of operations for the Red Sox. Did you read that?
I did see that.
Okay.
Which also makes me happy because I'm also a Red Sox fan.
So field guy. Oh, really?
Yes.
Now I'm getting to know
Massel,
you.
my mom's.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All your family's from. Yeah, I knew that. You have a field guy. You have an analytics guy.
Mhm.
Where would you have Bruce Bochy?
Field guy.
He's a field guy.
Yeah, it's a field guy.
Yeah. Now they have a new manager. Breaking news for any Giants fans out there, as we are the home of the River Cats, correct? AAA affiliate. Bob Melvin.
Bob Melvin.
Crossing the bridge.
You know him well.
Long time. Yes. He was one of the more kinder coaches, managers, whatever you want to call him. When I had my time covering the teams in the Bay. He goes to the Giants, and I see this as great news if you're a Giants fan, or really bad news if you're not a Giants fan.
It's good news. It's good news for the Giants because Bob Melvin is at least a competent, good manager that has a lot of experience that can take this Giants roster and make them viable.
But you liked Cap.
I liked Cap. I did. I was not a guy to get rid of Cap. I thought it was more on Farhand because you can only do.
You know what the knock on him was, right?
What was the knock?
That he treated his players like numbers. So, like, you could either start or not. Didn't matter. Like, there was no feel.
Maybe that's the problem.
And Bochy had the feel. Dusty has the. I would put Dusty as a feel guy.
Does Bob have the feel?
Yes, 100%.
Because it's not like the Padres were breaking records there.
Okay, when Bob was the skipper of the A's, there was management that did more of the Farhan Kapler type of analytics stuff.
Okay,
but Melvin was a feel guy for sure.
That's a good thing then. If you're getting,
it's a great hire.
I think manager, especially in baseball, is much more of a field guy than the analytic guy. You got people upstairs doing the analytics stuff and the front office stuff, and the guy who people who sign stuff. But manager is about getting your guys on the field and getting them feel good about themselves. And Bob Melvin's
also
one of those
going with
guys.
your gut feeling.
Yeah,
I mean, look. Every time the Giants won the World Series, believe me, I remember 2010, 2012, 2014.
Made me so happy.
That was all feel. That was all feel. None of those teams were favored to win the World Series when they won it. And that's why I think that there was a big disconnect between the clubhouse and the manager. As you did mention in the commercial break, they won 102 games and went 5 games with the Dodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Kapler's a bad manager, but I would always, if it's my team, I would err on a guy like Bob Melvin or Bruce Bochy or Dusty Baker more than I would err on the side of a guy like Gabe Kapler.
No, I understand. It's a much more experienced person in charge. I get it. I'm happy he's there. And plus, I've heard some rumors that Bob Melvin wanted to work with Shohei Ohtani, and maybe this brings Ohtani to the Bay Area. You never know. I've heard these rumors.
I've heard it's a done deal that he's going to the Angels.
That Shohei's going to the Angels? He's going to resign with the Angels?
Yeah. Or the Dodgers. It's one of the two. He wants to stay in Southern California.
Maybe he does, but who knows? You never know.
He'd be great on the Giants.
He'd be perfect for the Giants.
Perfect.
Perfect in the community. Perfect.
Yeah.
He is the box office ticket the Giants need. So maybe Melvin gets him close to that. Maybe Melvin gets him closer to bigger free agent signings than Gabe Kapler did.
I don't think he's a free agent draw. I just think he's going to be
He's a good skipper though, and that's what you need. You need someone in there who's steady.
True.
A steady hand that can be consistent. And Bob Melvin, I think, can be that.
I've ripped into the Giants for being middle of the pack in terms of spending because they print money. Believe me, on 3rd and King, they print money down there. So the fact that they haven't got it now, they did go after Judge. I think that was an honest effort.
It was in Correa,
and they ended up being right on not signing Correa.
Correct,
because even the Mets were going to sign Correa and then didn't, and then he went back with the Twins, had sort of a disappointing year, made the postseason, all that stuff. But anyways, shout out to the Texas Rangers. Goodbye, Houston Astros.
Shout out to Adolis Garcia, the pride of Cuba. Love that guy.
Yes, how was that for a night? You get thrown at, and then since then he went 4 for 5 last night, 2 jacks, 3 runs, 5 ribbies. And they won 11-4.
Shout out to Cubanos. Dale.
Yeah. And no shout out to Max Scherzer.
No.
He celebrates more than anybody. He didn't even last 3 innings. Guy's terrible.
He's
he gets
also
paid
in
a lot
his
of money.
40s.
That's true.
He's old.
Hey.
But
I'm in my 40s.
Okay, I'm not saying as a professional athlete playing, no one is Nolan Ryan.
Simone, if I just turned 40, am I in my 40s? Yes, I'm in my 40s.
Yes.
Dang. But I'm just in my 40s though.
I'm 23.
That's literally what you just said.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I just turned 40.
Listen, I'm in my 40s, but I'm in my 40s.
But listen, I'm 40, but I'm not in my 40s. I'm like, that makes no sense.
Turned 40. I feel like you got to be 41 to be in your 40s. You got to have a year under your belt.
Isn't the lowest criteria 40s?
I'm still in my late 30s.
You got to accept it.
Yeah.
You should have started accepting at 38. You should have prepped yourself.
No, I accepted it at 39. My 9 is always like when I turned 29, I was like, I'm basically 30.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I pretty much chalked it up when I was 39. Anyways, coming up next, fun in the 40s, Pat McAfee. Some people, he's not their cup of tea. Why? We'll discuss. Emil Fragoso, Zakariah, Fergerio, right here, Sactown Sports, 1140.
The 82-game NBA journey begins Wednesday for the Sacramento Kings.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
But G-Man Gary Gerald has all the play-by-play Wednesday of season number 39 in Sacramento.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker.
It's the Kings and Jazz in the season opener from Utah.
He's got the three-point shot.
Wednesday at 6 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
The pandemic is over, but COVID-19 is here to stay. In fact, it's still among the top 5 leading causes of death in the U.S., just after heart disease and cancer. So this fall, stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines, just like you do with the flu, because you've got no time for 19. The vaccine may not be for everyone. Please consult with your doctor. Brought to you by Moderna.
Lowe's knows pros want savings now. That's why, as an MVP's Pro Rewards member, you get volume savings on orders of $1,500 or more at the Pro Desk. And there's more. We've lowered our prices on select top products like electrical wire and drywall, so you can get the job necessities for less. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. In-store only. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hey y'all, this is Bill with the Good Guys. Call Good Guys Heating and Cooling now. Tired of overpriced repairs? Call the Good Guys. Jaw-dropping quote for a new HVAC system? Call the Good Guys. Don't trust the other guys. Call the Good Guys. We offer free second opinions. Family owned and operated, always ready to serve the community. We offer the best service, best price, guaranteed. And that's no bull.
Call 530-GOOD-AIR. License number 1057-618.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad that those arch supports are in my shoes. I had terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the Good Feet arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad. If I had known about the Good Feet arch support earlier, I would have more than one championship. I would have 2 championship rings.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. The city of Sacramento offers grass conversion rebates to help you replace your thirsty lawn with a naturally water-efficient landscape. Whether you own a home or business in Sacramento, you may be eligible. Learn more at sacwaterwise.com.
And sometimes when you're tired, you actually want to do it.
He didn't want to talk like that.
Sactown Sports.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Call, text, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Coming up, top of the hour, I want to pick Emil Fragoso's brain about your Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento.
Hashtag like the bean.
Kings.
Hashtag should be a very exciting and fun year. I hope so.
It should be.
But right now, it's time for, and again, Zakariah, Emil Fragoso, Sactown Sports.
That's a me.
Join the program anytime you'd like. I'm waiting. Oh, we got ads. We're getting big time now. 916-339-1140. On the YouTuberies, we are live streaming. Just search Sactown Sports. You can see our debatable mugs. I'll leave it at that. Usually I say ugly mugs, pretty mugs. I don't know.
Nate's a good looking guy.
Thanks, man.
Do we have so Herder has been joining the show for the past couple of days.
Herder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see him?
Yeah, I see him right back there. Yeah. Hi, Herder. Hi, Kev.
Is that a paid spot? Is that sponsored?
Kayvon.
He's just chilling.
Brought to you by Nate.
Brought to you by Red Velvet.
I did bring it in here
Red
the other
Velvet.
day.
But right now it's time for the best intro to any segment in the history of media. What we do is we have fun in the 40s. We plead the fifth. Shout out to Dave Chappelle and young Nathan.
Now, on Zakariah and Watkins, I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, fifth.
Yes, fun in the 40s.
That's amazing.
When we got, I know it's the best intro ever. We go around the wacky world of sports, and I want to start with the guy that's on our television right now.
All right.
Pat McAfee. Now, there's polls out there. Not sure if you know about the polls and the ratings. You know, there's people that are paid to
I'm in tune.
have these statistics and numbers, and they put a poll out. Now, if I had to ask you of any college analyst, are you a college football guy?
A little bit, not too much.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Dabble.
I watched the playoffs.
Big events.
Big event guy.
Okay.
Big event college.
Yeah,
football guy.
that's like me with hockey and golf and tennis.
Yeah.
Any of the majors I'm into.
Similar with baseball.
But not
those-
casual.
Yeah, not casual.
Yeah. If I had to ask you as a casual guy,
Yeah.
who's your favorite college football analyst?
Kirk Herbstreit.
Boom. And he, by a large margin.
It should be Kirk Herbstreit.
35%.
Kirk's really good at that.
The second one, I don't even know who he is, because I would have said.
What's the name? I can probably tell you who it is.
Joel Klatt.
Oh, yeah, Joel Klatt. Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
14.8%. That's a big drop off from 35.
But no one's Kirk.
And Todd Blackledge.
Yeah, Todd Blackledge.
6%.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea who those other two guys
I
are.
would
have said Desmond Howard.
I'm in the
second.
sports media world, so
Fair
I
enough.
heard these
Okay.
names.
All right. Well, I technically am too, so maybe I should. But anyways, in terms of Pat McAfee, the numbers weren't good. 30.1% like him on College Game Day. 48.9% do not like him on game day, and no opinion at 21%.
Interesting.
How do you feel about Pat McAfee?
I disagree. I think Pat McAfee's great. I think anything Pat McAfee's doing, I want to be a part of. I think he's super entertaining. I love his wrestling stuff too. I think he's just a great character in general. I think he's great at riling up the crowd and getting people involved, and I think he's genuine about stuff, and that's cool.
My whole thing is, and this is my same thing, and actually I'm staying in the same sport, but like my opinion on Dion is all of that is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you, even if you don't like Pat McAfee or his takes or whatever, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's bringing attention to a sport that is not the number one sport in the United States.
No.
And so to me, it's nothing but good.
Yeah.
And I like him in general. His show is a little bit too like fraternity type of thing.
People like that vibe though.
Yeah.
They do. Especially college people like myself when doing Arizona State. Everyone at ASU loved Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah. But it's a little too frat boy for me, but I like him in general. And in general, he just has energy. He has good energy, and to me, it's nothing but positive vibes, but I understand. So he actually sent a lengthy tweet out, which he has since deleted. His manager probably told him to do it, but he said, quote, "This has been brought to my attention more than a few times over the past few days. I've never been friends with a human that reads The Athletic, so I'm not 100% sure what style of human these 3,100 and folks are, but huge shout out to the 30%. Hell yeah. To the 49%, I have some great news. I have heard all of you very loud and clear since the beginning of my stint with Game Day. It's one of my biggest reasons why I have not re-signed a contract with the legendary show. I am right for some crowds, and the distinguished college football folks are definitely one of those." So do you think this is just like a age thing? Like older people don't like the younger, because he gives off a younger vibe, right?
That statement, though, was good until the end. That last sentence right there, he goes, with the distinguished college football fans, right? He says at the end, kind of takes a little shot at the non-distinguished. He's calling out casuals, correct?
I think more what he's going after is that there's a certain demographic of people that don't like barriers broken down. Like you like to break the fourth wall with the cameras and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't do that. Just did it right now.
What's up, fam?
But I think it's just it's going off of the normal track.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's kind of what he's saying. I'm not for everybody.
Change takes time.
Yeah. And I would think the majority of the people that watches his program, as he likes to call it, not program, he says program. I think that the majority of those people are what you were talking about. You said you went to Arizona State. A bunch of your college friends love Pat McAfee. I think that's more of the crowd that he's going after.
But that's the future crowd of the demographic. Obviously in the sports crowd especially, you're looking at the 25 to 45. Obviously, that's the main demographic. And then going from 45 to 65. This guy is able to attract the 5 to 15, the 5 to 20, and that's going to end up sprouting into the 25 to 45. And so
in just a few years,
he's attacking it at its core.
Yeah.
And that's what's so important about what he's doing. He's very smart in this approach.
Yeah. No, and that's why he got a lucrative deal. And shout out to him. He took care of all the people that were a part of his. If you watch the show,
very kind person.
I mean, we have people behind the glass. Shout out Simone out there recording an update. I'm probably ruin it, but I didn't hit the top back button, so she should be fine. But shout out to Nate. Shout out to you. There's people that are involved. He took care of all of them.
He did.
And took it out of his contract. He basically signed a fat contract and then paid the people.
Yeah, he did.
Whatever. If he got $25 million, he paid the other $5 million to the people that work on the show. Yeah.
Special human.
Shout out to him for sure. I mean, you got to appreciate the people that help you do your job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You would think that would be fundamental, right?
You would think.
I mean, I know Nate hates me and I push Nate a lot and I asked him for a bunch of sound. One time he came in here and he said, I'm not going to get 25 different pieces of sound.
36.
And I said to Nate, 36. I said to Nate, in the time that you took to count the 36 sounds, you could have cut up probably one of those 36 sounds.
Wow. You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
Maybe I was thinking
he's making things up, everybody.
No,
I'd like to
I just said it now then.
Set the record straight.
Well,
sure.
now I'm saying it to you.
You're right. I saw 36. I went,
you counted the 36 sound. You could have cut up a sound there.
I had 1 hour. I wasn't doing that.
Nope.
All right. And we're going to get to Rosie Perez at some point.
We are.
I still have another day with
I
Nate.
appreciate Nate.
Yeah.
I take care of Nate.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. He's the best thing going. All right. Coming up next, we will talk Monday Night Football. We have breaking news. Shanahan, no press. Not going to talk to the people. Is there something behind that? Who's to blame for the game? Offense or defense? We will do all of that next. Zakariah and the one, the only, Emiliano Fragoso. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Has Monty put together a roster that can help make a deep playoff run this season?
Just trying to give coach options, give him guys that can help us win in a variety of areas. Obviously, our top guys are going to play every game, but there's going to be other times, whether it's injuries, matchups, we've got to have some variety on the bench for coach to point to and say, go in there and help us win.
Tune into every Kings game this season
on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff, so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Texas Rangers defeated the Houston Astros by a score of 11-4 in Game 7 to advance to the MLB World Series. It's the third American League championship in franchise history for the Texas Rangers after going back-to-back in 2010 and 2011. Also, the Philadelphia Phillies and Arizona Diamondbacks have a winner-take-all Game 7 for the NL pennant tonight, 5 p.m. The NBA is back. Opening night features the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the reigning champions, the Denver Nuggets, followed by Kevin Durant's Phoenix Suns going to the Bay to take on Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors. First time Durant will be back in the Bay since leaving the Warriors in 2019. Don't forget, all guests are brought to you by the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are the headlines. Now we get to the last hour of the midday show with Zakariah and Emil.
Now here's what I want you all to do for me.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports, indeed, alongside Emiliano Maragoso. I am Zakariah Lucerio. Sacktown Sports, 1140, coming up at 1:15. A bunch of stuff to watch tonight. Be glued to your TV. Be a 2 TV guy. I'm a 2 TV guy. Are you a 2 TV guy?
I'm a 2 streaming guy. I got a big TV and then I got my phone and I do both.
Okay.
Multitask like that.
Yeah. So I have 2 in my living room, and I plan on in the future having like 7. I mean, there's too much stuff to watch.
There is.
I mean, it's not even like a baller status statement.
Can you connect them all together though and make one big TV?
No, see, then now you're getting into like the weird, like that guy in Vegas that has like, no.
Okay.
I need separate screens.
Okay.
I can't have it be like one screen with like different things.
Because that'd be a great way to play Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, did you see all the backlash that I think it was CBS got for having a split screen.
Oh, yeah.
For the end of the, what was it? It was
Chargers Chiefs, I think.
It was start of Chargers Chiefs.
Okay.
End of, I want to say Jackson. One of the games that wasn't supposed to be good that was great.
Yeah, it was the oh my.
I know.
Why am I blanking on that?
I know.
That's crazy.
It's my fault.
We all blanking on this right now.
You can blame me. Browns Colts.
Thank you.
Yes.
Browns Colts.
Where the Browns got lucky.
Here's what I don't get. TVs, of all of the things that have happened in my, as Simone told me, I'm 41 now. So apparently I aged a year in like 5 seconds. But in all my years on the planet, one of the things that has blown my mind the most is how much the price of TVs has dropped.
It's awesome.
You can get a 65-inch TV for like $300.
It's awesome.
Okay, so why are these people complaining? If you have a 65-inch TV and they split the screen, who cares if they're showing the end of a thrilling game?
I don't know. People want to complain.
I know. But they're like, if they think that any Chiefs or Chargers fan has any interest in this game, it's like, it's just a good game. And it's going to be on there for
People
what, 5
appreciate
minutes?
good football.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch good football. Chargers are not good football.
No. And that guy,
the one Chargers fan
still
that was
employed?
there.
No update on that, Nate? I keep waiting for the hammer to drop. Anyways, not good football last night in Minnesota, if you're a 49ers fan.
No.
And the breaking news, as you are, boots on the ground.
Yes.
You should get a t-shirt, #boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag insider.
Do you like that nickname or not?
Hashtag analyst.
Yeah.
Hashtag Vans on the ground.
Hashtag Vans on the ground. There
Vans
you
on
go.
the
I wear
ground.
Vans.
You're a Vans guy?
Vans guy.
You know, it's a Berkeley song. Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
I didn't know
That came out of Berkeley, California.
Oh, wow.
Not that I know anything about Berkeley.
No.
Anyways, they lose. And you're saying Kyle Shanahan not meeting with the media. You would be one of those guys.
I would be.
Now, do you ask questions on those conference calls?
I let the big wigs answer the question in the conference. It's hard because they changed the system up recently too. So now it's
But
like,
can't you at the end? Can't you sneak in there?
I could, but they usually get to the questions I want to answer anyway. So I let them do their usual stuff. I like to answer more in-person stuff as it is anyway.
So I got a press credential for the Warriors-Kings game, and I went, and I was in the media room.
Okay.
And I was totally lost because that was my first time as a media member being at Golden One. And ran into Steph.
Oh, just casually.
Just casually. Dapped him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of my buddies, Matt Strauss, if he's listening, he's probably not.
Did you try the cookies in the media room?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, pretty
both
good,
of
huh?
them. Chocolate and the other
Nice. What were they serving that
one.
night?
Oatmeal it was great. It was
No, you can be honest, I think.
no, chicken and broccoli was great.
Okay.
And then a hot dog at halftime. Which, by the way, I didn't know that anybody else came at halftime.
Yeah.
Everybody comes at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
There's only a hot dog there.
The hot dogs are good.
I was just getting water.
So I'll just say right now, the Niners media room is way better than the Kings.
It's
unreal.
ridiculous. It's like a restaurant.
It's like a restaurant. It's
Don't they
ridiculous.
actually have a 5-star guy? Isn't there like some famous chef
I love
that
the
has
chef. The chef served up brisket 2 weeks ago. It was
Oh.
unbelievable.
smacking? Anyways, Niners Vikings. You say defense. I say offense. And you explain why. Is it just a yardage thing for you? Was it the drives that bothered you?
Everything. It was everything.
Because 22 points can't bother
They
you.
couldn't stop. They couldn't stop Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Like at all.
I mean, yeah, they didn't sack him. He did throw a pick.
That wasn't.
He
that
could
wasn't
have
his
thrown
fault.
a second pick.
Wasn't his fault.
Okay.
The second one that should have been a pick should have been a pick, but it
All
wasn't.
right.
So
Okay.
here we are.
All right.
It's just the Niners defense is really struggling right now. They're 25th against the run and 25th against the pass. This is a team that used to be elite statistically, especially,
Mhm.
and they're not. They're
A
just
bad
not.
couple of games. They're still great.
How do you get worse on the defensive line after adding Javon Hargrave? How do you get worse?
And Randy Gregory.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah.
And another Drake Jackson.
Yeah. Anyways, a tricky win post game. Here is Kevin O'Connell talking about Minnesota's defense.
I think Flo and his group are doing a great job. I think the identity of this defense, the best part about it in my mind is we can morph and change based upon what's required. I think that's a really good formula with the type of coaches we have, and especially because the type of players we have to allow to continue to evolve and change, understand what we're strong at and continue to try to find ways to keep people off balance.
Now, I've been losing on polls, but I'd like to put up another one.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just say, who do you blame more for last night's loss? The 49ers offense or the 49ers defense? Now, what did O'Connell just talk about right there? He didn't talk about his offense.
No.
He talked about his defense.
Yeah.
So that would be the Niners offense, not the Niners defense.
But of course you're going to talk about his defense. His defense played well. They pressured Purdy and made him throw 2 picks late in the game. They clutched up late.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look back at the drives, like even the first drive the Niners had, they were moving down the field with ease, but then McCaffrey fumbles. That changes the whole complexity of the game because the Vikings go back down and score right there.
Yep.
The Vikings take the lead there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's different is that the Vikings offense made it easy for the Vikings defense.
Okay. You're talking like time of possession. You're talking yards. I get all that. But I'm just talking points. I'm a big point guy.
You are.
You're a drive guy.
But points are down this year.
Yeah,
Again.
I know. I lost.
So 22 was enough.
I'm shocked by those numbers. Can we double check those numbers? Kyle did those numbers. Can we have Nate do those numbers?
And
is it really
no
that
way
low?
I get them right.
Is it really
you're
though?
Right. You're right, though. They should score more than 22 points.
Well,
Absolutely.
let's just look at the teams that won. 31-17, Eagles over Dolphins. 31. Well, we're going to do NFL at the bottom of the hour. But I don't know. 22. Yeah, 16-13, Bucks, Falcons. 14-7, Commanders,
19-17 Broncos, Packers.
29-25, Pats, Bills.
24-17.
39-38, Browns, Colts. 30-12, Bears, Raiders. I don't know. To me, if you sign me up for any game that the Niners play tomorrow, and you say the other team scores 22 points, I am betting the house on the Niners winning that game.
It depends on who they're playing.
But I assume that they're going to score more than 22 points.
You would think so, but not the last 2 weeks. They
CMC.
He's fumbled twice. He's now fumbled twice in the red zone. Debo's not healthy.
Kittle.
Debo's not there.
I know.
Trent's not there.
Debo wasn't there.
Ayuk and Kittle did look good. I will say that.
Yes, they did.
Those two looked very good.
Yeah.
Ayuk had
And
5 catches in the
McCaffrey-
first half, though, and didn't get another catch after that.
Another touchdown is like 100th in a row.
16.
16. How far do we have to go till this is just his record?
Next game.
We passed all of the Niners, right? That was weeks ago.
Yeah. He has the most touchdowns in a row in the Super Bowl era. Now he has to pass Lenny Moore, who has 17.
That doesn't even count. Well, are we counting stuff from before the Super Bowl era? I thought everything started at the Super Bowl era. So he already has the record.
Death, taxes, and CMC TDs.
Pretty much. I mean,
Lenny Moore's a Hall of Famer, so that's what I'm going to say.
He's a guarantee in that book. Well, look, I look at as a couple of tough games on the road.
Yeah.
My only fear yesterday, as I was doing with the show with Nate said he did all the heavy lifting yesterday. He said that he was talking more than he's ever talked. He was saying,
Listen, dude.
basically was my co-host.
Listen.
That's basically what he did yesterday. Emil, you can go back and check the tape. He took credit for
I'm not a
the
part
whole
of
show.
this.
Anyways, the only thing that I was afraid of, Emil, is that the Vikings were the more desperate team. A 2-4 team at home, season on the line, quarterback who doesn't have a contract for next year. And then I wanted to counter that with saying that the Niners would be semi-desperate coming off of the loss against Cleveland.
Then they were definitely, in my opinion, more desperate. They just didn't perform up to expectations.
See, but the record-wise, the Vikings were more desperate. That was my
Sure.
only worry. And they played like a desperate team.
They did.
Yeah. So, anyway.
That's fair.
All I can say is that I think the biggest spotlight, I'm not worried about the defensive line, even though they didn't have any sacks. I'm not worried about the secondary because they're usually made to look out much better because of the defensive line. Not worried about the linebacking crew, of course. I'm not worried about CMC. Not worried about the wide receivers. My biggest worry coming out of it, even though I'm not worried, would be Purdy because he did have 2 opportunities, and in those 2 opportunities, he threw interceptions.
I agree.
Yeah.
Purdy was a part of the blame for sure, but he's not the whole part.
All right. Coming up next, there's a ton to watch. Little thing called, what do they say the 2 best words in sports are, Emil? Oh, come on. You don't know the answer to that?
Let's go.
Huh?
Let's go.
Are you just trolling me now?
No, I'm
A little bit.
Okay, because you know I hate Tom Brady. It's not
Well,
let's go.
yesterday you went on a huge rant about how you hate
the
let's
cliches.
go.
Yeah, I still want to do a segment on that. No, it's game 7.
Oh.
2 best words in sports.
That is a
Come
good-
on,
that is-
fellas.
that is a good
We
word.
got to be better than that. We have a game 7 tonight.
We don't do game 7s in football.
That's true. There's only one game usually.
Yeah.
But we have a game 7 in baseball tonight in Philly, home of, oh man, that week. What is it? Week 11 matchup?
Yeah.
Eagles,
Week 13.
Niners. We're gonna be all over that.
Week
bad
13 is
boy.
going to be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. But we have a game 7 and we have basketball starting tonight. We will get into that next. Emil Fragoso, Zakariah Frigerio, Sactown Sports 1140.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The pandemic is over, but COVID-19 is here to stay. In fact, it's still among the top 5 leading causes of death in the U.S., just after heart disease and cancer. So this fall, stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines, just like you do with the flu, because you've got no time for 19. The vaccine may not be for everyone. Please consult with your doctor. Brought to you by Moderna.
Lowe's knows pros want savings now. That's why, as an MVP's Pro Rewards member, you get volume savings on orders of $1,500 or more at the Pro Desk. And there's more. We've lowered our prices on select top products like electrical wire and drywall, so you can get the job necessities for less. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. In-store only. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. Alongside Emil Fregoso. I am Zakariah. Follow us on Twitter, won't you? He's at Emiliano Fregoso. I'm at Zach Sports, ZAK Sports. Coming up, bottom of the hour. Let's go around as the week is officially over.
No more week 7.
With the Niners closing that out with a dud, we will go around the wacky world of the NFL. Lots of good games and a possible Super Bowl preview that I think was a much better game than the final score would tell you. But right now, tons of stuff to watch tonight, Emil. I know you're not a huge baseball guy, but Game 7 in Philly.
Mm-hmm. It's a big game.
You got to watch.
I would if I wasn't on air.
I
would if I wasn't on air.
Look at you. Nice little
Maybe
plug.
I'll watch while I'm on air.
Check out Return of the Empire, 6 to 7.
6 to 7.
Actually, the game starts at 5. So, yeah, you'll probably see the conclusion of it as baseball has reduced the time of their games to about
Thank goodness.
2+ hours.
Thank God.
Yeah.
They lasted too long. It just took forever between pitches.
So let's stay on that for a second. In terms of rule changes, does baseball need and by the way, breaking news, Bob Melvin, new skipper of the San Francisco Giants. But do they need a rule change in terms of the playoff format, Emil? Because you saw a lot of 100+ win teams not even win a game get swept by lesser teams and guys and teams that I think probably had momentum going into their playoff wins coming out and being in the World Series. If you're talking about the Rangers, they were the 5th seed.
They were.
But
the Diamondbacks are forgotten.
Does there need to be some sort of a bigger reward for regular season wins?
No, I like the way it is. Baseball, especially in the playoffs, is about being hot at the right time. That's why the Giants were so good in those runs. They got hot at the right time. Same thing with other sports, right? NBA, football, but being hot at the right time. And I think baseball's about that too. And so I like the way it is. I like the 5-game series and the 7-game. I like the wild cards, 1 game, great. Other series.
It's not anymore.
Is it not?
Now,
is it 3?
3 games.
It's 3 games?
Yep.
I'd rather be 1, frankly. I'd rather be 1. Just because
an A's fan,
to push,
you don't want it to be 1.
To push it along.
Yeah.
But I like the way they have it set up. I just do.
Okay. Fair enough. So hopefully you'll have that on the tube as you're doing your show so wonderfully, of course, with Nathan. Now, when it comes to the basketball games, and we've talked, what do you make of the Suns? You did say that you think that they're going to be one of the Western Conference teams that finishes above Sacramento.
I do.
Okay. And how do you think that roster is going to shape out? Because they basically,
it's tough.
They drafted DeAndre Ayton number 1 overall, right? Shipped him out to Portland. I don't know what was going on because I thought it was a beef with Monty Williams, but then Monty went to Detroit. They got a new coach, and then they still shipped him out. Clearly it was an organizational
You want
issue.
the truth behind Ayton?
Please.
He thinks he's a star. He wants the offense to be around him. So he went to Portland where he's going to get touches, he's going to get points, he's going to fill up empty stat stuff. And Ayton was going to get that with the Suns. So they had to kind of move off him because he was just disgruntled.
But I mean, he was 18 and 10. Wasn't like he wasn't doing anything.
He wanted more of the ball.
Well, he's never going to get more when you have Booker.
But he doesn't think
he wants to be the focal point. He's not going to be the focal point in Portland.
He might year one with a rookie point guard.
Will be the focal point.
Even with the rookie point guard, Scoot's a pass first point guard.
Yeah.
Ayton is a big center that can shoot and stretch the floor.
Yeah.
Robert Williams is also going to help him out with defense. I think he could average a lot of stats this year, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah. I got a guy in Phoenix that said that he spends the majority of his workouts like trying crazy stuff. He like chucks up like half quarters.
Speaking of basketball,
breaking news,
a little bit of breaking news.
Dun dun dun.
Former Grizzlies and Kings coach Dave Yeager has agreed to join the Cleveland Cavaliers as a coaching consultant.
Oh, took last year off, right?
He did, yes.
Yeah,
Dave Yeager,
some health issues. So
Some
glad
health
to see
issues.
that.
Very glad
I
to see
can't
that.
wait to see him back in a head coaching role. He's the man.
He's the man.
Yeah,
I miss Dave.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You don't know Dave Yeager?
No, I mean, like, what's the history? Why do you guys like him so much?
He was a coach of the Kings.
Oh, okay.
He was the reason why they were
he was
competitive for a couple years.
let go a little early. I think a lot of people
Yes.
believe. Wasn't
What
given
year
a fair
was
shot.
this?
This was
Before Luke Walton.
18. Yeah, 2018.
Thank you.
Yeah.
5 years.
They were decent under Dave Yeager. I like Dave Yeager.
Okay.
Like if I had a coaching trio of the last 10 years, like the coaches I liked, it was Mike Malone, Dave Yeager, and probably Mike Brown.
Malone won?
Yeah, Mike Malone won.
What?
Us firing Mike Malone was the dumbest thing
Yeah.
in franchise history.
That was also that was worse.
What about
than
Adelman?
Yeager.
I said last 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Like if all the crap that we've taken over the years of the Kings,
Gotcha.
those are the three best coaches we've had.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, shout out to him.
Yeah.
What is it? Assistant?
He's a
coach?
consultant for the Cavs.
Consultant. Okay. All right. So for these Suns, you think they're just going to be able to figure it out? I mean, this is a very makeshift roster.
This team is, man. I mean, behind Beal, Booker, Durant, even right now they have Josh Okogie as their starting small forward, which
Yep.
I'm not the biggest Okogie guy. He's a good defender, but he's not great offensively.
No.
I
like Okogie.
They're one injury away from to their star from being
You
not
said
good at
that.
all.
Yeah.
Like not good at all. Look, if Grayson Allen has to come in crunch time minutes, it's not going to end up well for you.
But isn't that kind of why they built the team the way that they did? So that if Durant goes down, or if Booker goes down, or if Beal goes down, that they have two now. Because last year, the big problem was you just focused on Durant and Booker, and they had no other option. Now they have Beal as an option.
They don't have any
Haven't
defense.
they built the yeah, I know.
Yusuf Nurkic is a below average defender at center. He's not a good. He's a good rebounder, but he's not a good defender. Stop it.
What do you mean?
There's
He's
a reason
tall.
there's a reason the Orlando Magic cut him, and the Orlando Magic love everybody tall.
What about Metu?
He's good in his role. He's not a starter.
He shoots like 40% from three.
I don't know about that
too.
now.
He
He's not 7
does.
feet tall. No.
These guys can
Drew
all shoot.
Eubanks is their backup center. I'm not a big
Grayson
guy
Allen,
for
he's grimy. There's defense there.
No.
No?
Milwaukee was trying to get rid of him for many, many moons.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
They call him a dirty player.
Like the ghost of Eric Gordon is on this team, so maybe, who knows? But
yeah, Eric Gordon too.
Eric Gordon's old. No.
Yeah.
Look, I like the Suns as a playoff team.
Mhm.
I don't like it as a regular season team. I think they're going to take nights off. They're going to take games off and rest and load manage going into the playoffs. I just do.
Well, according to your sources, Bradley Beal might not play
Unlikely
tonight's
to
game.
play.
And I'm also seeing Booker might be out. Is that true?
I did
got
not see
on my-
that.
I got that on my
but
text.
I will check in very short amount of time.
I got that on my text line.
No, I think they're playing tonight. Booker and KD are playing tonight is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's according to Dwayne Rankin of I believe the Arizona Central. Devin Booker, who has a toe injury, is playing tonight.
Okay. All right. Toe injury.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these injuries. I swear. The older players must look at these guys' injuries and just go, you have any idea what I was dealing with?
I know.
These guys sat and coached.
Yeah.
You know what coach is? Like middle seat. You know what I mean? Like Bill Russell, the great Bill Russell, was sitting middle seat, 7 feet tall, with people smoking cigarettes on the plane.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
coach,
man. Well,
taking
same
like
thing.
red eyes.
Yep.
These guys are on private planes and they have toe injuries. That's got to be frustrating, right?
It has to be.
Yeah. All right. Quickly here on the Kings, because we're going to get to the NFL and then we have crosstalk. When it comes to the Kings,
yes,
do you side with me or with against me? People have done both.
Okay.
In terms of them, I think they're going to be on the higher part of the league in terms of having the most different starting fives.
I could see that. Yes. Mike Brown has shown an ability to be adaptable in his starting lineup and play based off matchup.
Mhm.
And I think this year's going to be the same thing. We got obviously Chris Duarte backing up, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray playing the power forward. He can also play small forward. Same with Harrison Barnes, Herter coming in, Malik Monk coming in, Davion coming in.
Sasha.
There's going to be a lot of mix and match. Sasha could also fill in as a starter. I don't think he's ready for that yet. He's had some struggles in the preseason.
I didn't say in the beginning.
Trey Lyles as well as a guy that's going to come in and start at the power forward.
McGee, if you want to go big,
you can go McGee as well. I think he's more of a rotational guy now, but it's possible.
I'm just saying there's a lot of different options.
There could be 15 different lineup changes by the end of the season, 100%.
Now, I got a pushback when Brown said I might mess with the second 5 and the third 5, but not the first 5. And I was like, oh, maybe there won't be a lot of different starting rotations. And then he goes ahead and he starts Duarte over Herter.
It's also preseason.
I'm kind of right now.
It's preseason.
He's going to be healthy for
I'm also a big
tomorrow.
Colby Jones guy.
Is he going to be healthy? There you go.
Yeah.
Throw more my
big
way.
Colby Jones guy.
All right. I think there's going to be a lot of different rotations.
I can see it.
Season kicks off right here, obviously, on these airwaves, Sactown Sports 1140. We will have all of your Kings games throughout the year. And coming up next, let's go around the world of Week 7 for the NFL, a possible Super Bowl preview, a game that I think was closer than the actual outcome showed, and a bunch of other crazy games that were supposed to be bad that were good, and games that were good that were supposed to be bad. So we'll get into all of that next. The Mil Fregoso, Zakariah, Sactown Sports 1140.
The 82-game NBA journey begins Wednesday for the Sacramento Kings.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
But G-Man Gary Gerald has all the play-by-play Wednesday of season number 39 in Sacramento.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker.
It's the Kings and Jazz in the season opener from Utah.
He's got the three-point shot.
Wednesday at 6 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We've got a nice Tuesday shaping up with mostly sunny skies. Lighter winds this afternoon. Highs will peak in the mid-70s. Plan for overnight lows, dropping off to the lower 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Igor, my faithful companion, it is time to prepare for the night. The shadows grow long, and the creatures of the night stir with excitement.
Yes, Master Dracula. What do you require of me?
I need you to fire up the hearse. Elk Grove Kia is having a Halloween sale that is to die for. We're going to upgrade to a new car worthy of the Prince of Darkness. I'm so excited. It is making my blood shiver.
But Master, with your credit history, aren't you worried you're going to get turned down?
Igor, shut up. Elk Grove Kia's finance department has over 100 years of experience. They can even get me approved, even with my troubled past. And Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on all new Kias, it's almost like having an immortal car.
Elk Grove Kia's Halloween sale is so good, it's scaring the competition. In fact, it's so scary, we can't even advertise the pricing. So whether you're in need of a new or used car, make your way to Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or visit us at elkgrovekia.com.
Hagen Oaks wants you to know about the exciting new T-Series irons from Titleist, offering effortless speed, exceptional feel, and precise control. Working with tour pros and dedicated amateurs, Titleist T-Series are available in 4 different models. The fitting team at Hagen Oaks will find the perfect Titleist T-Series iron for you. Call 916-808-2531 to find your fit today. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway, or online at hagenoaks.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Homecoming night for Sacramento State football this Saturday versus Idaho State Bengals. Kickoff 6 p.m. Come early and enjoy the festivities. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Texas Rangers defeated the Houston Astros by a score of 11-4 in Game 7 to advance to the World Series. It's the third American League championship in franchise history for them after making back-to-back World Series in 2010 and 2011. The Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks have a winner-take-all Game 7 tonight for the NL pennant, starting at 5 p.m. The NBA is back tonight as well. Opening night features the Los Angeles Lakers against the defending champ Denver Nuggets. Followed by that, you get Kevin Durant's Phoenix Suns taking on Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors in the Bay Area. Speaking of the Bay Area, this will be the first time Durant will play a game in the Bay since leaving the Warriors in 2019. Those are the headlines. Now we get to the last half hour of Zakariah and Emil Fergoso for your midday show.
Sactown Sports.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, Sacramento. Coming up 1:45. We'll have a little crosstalk with the Drive guys.
Drive guys.
Let's see what they have in store for you.
I know.
No truncated show.
No.
A solid 2 to 6. They're earning their paycheck today.
Love to see it.
No drapes, though.
No drapes.
No drapes.
We will have the fantastic Sacramento legend, not the G-Man, the other G-Man, Jerry Reynolds.
There you go.
The J-Man.
The J-Man.
Yeah, J-Man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is he going to be live in studio?
Live in studio, yeah. He's here.
All right. So we'll do
love it.
crosstalk with them at 1:45. Right now, he is Emil Fragoso. Check out his article online, SactownSports.com, where he gives you the over-unders for the entire Western Conference. Couldn't get to the Eastern Conference, but I'm pushing him to get that done by tonight.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'm going to use it as
time.
fodder for tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you get it done by tonight,
I got you.
I'll bring it up tomorrow.
You say you don't ask for a lot, and here you go, asking for more stuff.
I'm just saying, how are you going to do the West and not the East? And I'm a West Coast guy.
I'm just saying.
Tupac over Biggie, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
Because
too.
we're on the West Coast, it's more important to get that one than the East.
All right, let's be honest. I do ask for a lot.
Okay.
But I mean,
it takes a lot to admit that.
Yeah. But with a lot comes greatness. You know what I mean? If I
Pressure
want
makes
Rosie
diamonds.
Perez, can we play Rosie Perez? I've asked you for that for like the past couple of days. Can we just play her saying what I have referenced? Have you please tell me you've seen the original White Man Can't Jump?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
They remade it.
Yes.
With I think Jack
It
Harlow
wasn't
or
very
something.
good.
I didn't see the remake.
It was,
I refuse to watch remakes. But the original one with Woody Harrelson,
it was good.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, I've seen
and
it.
Rosie Perez.
Yes.
She has a very epic moment. And I feel like it's a teaching point that everybody should hear. And I've asked Nate to get the sound. Can we play it now?
Sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you lose, you really win. And sometimes when you win or lose, you actually tie. And sometimes when you tie, you actually win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when you talk like that.
That's my favorite
I hate
clip.
it. See, all philosophical.
That's
the
my
heck?
favorite scene. No, but seriously, like the Niners lost the past couple of games.
Yeah.
I think they actually won. Because I think when you lose, but you look still good, then you really won.
They didn't look
They
good.
didn't look good.
They didn't look good at all.
They didn't look
What?
bad.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. What, did you watch the same game that we watched?
I did.
They looked bad.
I feel more confident in them after their 2 losses. To Rosie Perez's point.
All right.
Sometimes when you lose, you really win.
One of those.
To me, the Niners won.
Let's get the other Niners fan in the building on this. Simone,
All right.
did the Niners look better or worse after the last 2 games?
Oh, hold on. Ask her one more time.
Did the Niners look better or worse after the last 2 games?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that one more time. I was in a different program. So sorry.
She's in the zone over there.
Do the Niners look better or worse after the last 2 weeks?
I mean, they look pretty shook, and I think that they're going to get the yips from this for sure.
Like Moody has.
Yep. I think
Shook
it's going to be a
ones.
lack of confidence. But, I mean, as far as, like, play on the field, I think there's been a little bit of a drop off.
My point is this, Simone. In the 2 games that they lost, I didn't walk away feeling different about the Niners. Like, if anything, the fact that they lost those 2 games and the way to me, they should have won both. And we can play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game, but I don't walk away from yesterday and go, I'm less confident in the Niners' chances of winning the Super Bowl. To me, like, if they lost really ugly, if they got embarrassed, then I'll give it to you. In both of those games, they should have won. I hate to be shoulda guy. Shoulda, woulda.
I have
Anyways,
something
that's
to
my
back up your point.
Okay.
The 49ers, 94 season, they won the Super Bowl. It's one game. It's different. They got absolutely crushed by the Eagles in week 5.
Okay.
Just dominated. I think they scored 6 points in that game. I'd have to double check, but absolutely killed. And a lot of people say that that was the wake-up call and pushed them to win the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
And get past Dallas.
Again, if I'm just talking about watching the game, I just don't walk away from that feeling any less confident about the actual team. I thought it was 2 games that they should have won. And look, that's the thing. We talked about it. In baseball, you have 7 games, right? Or 5 games, 7 games, whatever. Basketball, same thing. In football, it's just 1 game. So you can have a blunder and then your season's over. But I feel just as good as I did when they were 5-0 coming off of the blowout win over the Cowboys than I do now.
Me and Nate feel a lot worse.
All right.
Yeah, I
Fair
do
enough.
too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you should feel somewhat worse.
You guys can be negative Nancy. I'll be positive Pete.
And I think it was fascinating. I was listening on my way in, and that information you shared about Kyle Shanahan, Emil, was really fascinating that they're just opting out today. That's like,
That is
whoa.
kind of weird.
Could be the short week, but then again, they usually do it. So.
How do they get away with that? You don't get fined or anything? How does that work?
I think because of the short week,
Great
they can get away
question.
with it. I think because of the short week, because they have only 1 day off this week.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
They
the
have
media
one day
wants you in there. They're out for blood.
Oh, for sure.
No.
Emil specifically.
Yeah, I know. I see
He's a
it.
killer.
He's like the shark
Emil
from
is a
Nemo.
killer. Yeah.
Answer my question.
That fin is just going up there.
Could you imagine if the New York media covered the Niners?
Yeah.
It'd be so much worse than what we do to them.
So much worse.
So much worse.
We handle them with kid gloves.
Yeah, we really do.
It's California. Northern California.
We're chill.
All right, let's go around the world of the NFL in week 7. Let's start with this. I just have to get this off my chest, okay? Because I just need to. Now, McDaniels has gotten a lot of flack, right? He had a, would you call it a poor time in Denver as the head coach? I mean, didn't he have the one playoff win with Tebow over the Steelers? Overtime?
Yeah, overtime,
Touchdown?
first play overtime.
Yeah.
But like generally, and then he,
I got a lot of
back
thoughts.
to New England.
I got a lot of thoughts on this guy.
Okay, here's my only thing, and this is to any Raider fan because I've been told that there are Raiders fans in Sacramento,
myself included.
Oh, okay, there you go. You cannot have a head coach where the owner has basically, it's been leaked in the media that if he was more financially stable, he would no longer be the head coach. That's just the problem off top. Those are my only thoughts on Raiders Bears, where the Bears, who have been a dismal team, get a win with a guy who won the Heisman in D2 or whatever it was. They win 30-12. My only thoughts are you cannot be a franchise where it's been leaked that the head coach they want to remove the head coach, but they cannot do it financially. That's a problem. Sorry, that's all I got.
There are many problems with Mark Davis and the Raiders, and I can't say all of my.
Is it that all of his financial wealth is tied up with the team?
That's correct. Okay. Yes. Whereas every other owner has other things to do.
I know they can pay for their stadium. I don't know, and maybe in Oakland.
I don't know.
It's in Vegas.
I have a lot of issues with Mark Davis and how the Raiders, because frankly his father be rolling over in his grave right now, and he is because he's running the Raiders franchise into into idiocracy.
All
They're
right.
terrible.
All
You should never, ever, ever lose to the Chicago Bears.
Never, ever. Is that a Taylor Swift
That
song?
is Taylor Swift song,
I'm trying to be hip.
That was good.
Is that new?
That was good.
Yeah.
That's not a new
did I
song.
nail it? I
That's
thought
not
maybe
new.
Miley Cyrus or something.
I think
No?
you nailed it.
I got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
They should never, ever, ever lose to a guy named Tyson Baggett, who was a Division II quarterback last year in college.
He won the Heisman.
No, he didn't.
Division II Heisman.
Division II
Oh my
whatever
gosh,
that is.
whatever.
They don't
Sure.
call it the Heisman.
Yeah.
Sure, he did. This
Call
guy,
it the Lozman.
if he didn't, if football didn't work out, his backup plan was he was going to be a high school fitness trainer.
Hey, Kurt Warner worked at a grocery store.
Sure, crazy things have happened.
Brock Purdy sleeps on a couch.
There you go. He's got a roommate.
I don't like the Raiders. I'm not a fan anymore.
No.
Get rid of them.
Oh, you can't do
rid
that.
of them.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Are
that's
you
too
on
far.
live air giving up your Raider fandom?
I'm done.
Who's your
done for
team
now.
now?
Done for now. You cannot be done for now.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
can't
bad.
be done for now. You're either done or
No.
you're done.
No, I can't do it with Josh
Okay, then you
Daniels.
never were a
I
real
can't.
fan.
Okay. Yeah, you got to stick.
Yes,
with
I
it.
was.
You
You
loyal
gotta-
to the soil.
No.
You got to be.
That's
loyal
coming
to the
from an
soil.
A's fan.
and a Dolphins fan and a
No.
Suns fan.
The
How many
Dolphins thing is
championships do you think
questionable.
I've had.
How many championships have I ever seen in my life from the Raiders? Any playoff wins? No. They don't win games.
That's fine. You
No,
still
no,
gotta
no,
stick
no,
to it.
no, no,
They don't
no.
win games.
Don't tell me you weren't born for the Tuck rule.
I was one.
You're not that young. Okay, you were one.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
At least you were alive.
Every time I have loved the Raiders
God
when I was 5
almighty.
years old, and
Yeah.
they have not had anything good to show for it
All
since
right,
then.
really quickly here because we didn't get to any games other than one. Lions, Ravens. I have the Lions in my pecking order of pesky in terms of teams that the Niners might face. They got blown out by Baltimore.
Mhm.
Now, let me just ask you quickly: did that tell you more about Baltimore or more about Detroit?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. The Lions defense needs to improve, and the Ravens offense and Lamar look very, very good after some very up and down weeks. So again, obviously that Colts loss was weird, but the Ravens, are they the best team in the AFC North? It kind of changes. You never know. I mean, who's better? Who's better? The Bengals? I mean,
Yeah.
are they?
I mean,
I
for
don't-
my money, that's where I would go. As long as Burrow's calf is healthy.
Sure. I just think Lamar presents more of a threat
Okay.
in a certain, with more dual threat action. If they're on fire like this, it's going to be hard to stop them.
I was really disappointed in Detroit. The Ravens have shown me how inconsistent they can be. The Lions, I thought, were the real deal. This was a game where, look, if they had lost 38-35 or 25-21 or whatever, they got blown out.
They got
38-6.
smacked.
That game was over. I mean, it was 28-0 at halftime.
It was.
Yeah, game was pretty much over.
That's the problem.
At that point. Coming up next, we'll talk to the Drive guys.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to Whitey and our special guest host, no Draper. Where's Draper? Doing the Kings game?
Do the Kings
Traveling?
Traveling.
Doing all that good stuff?
Yep.
Big time McGee? We'll do that next. You're listening to Zakariah, Mil Fregoso, Sactown Sports 1140.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL?
Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Vest Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Vest Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has a selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports' IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com and sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's film at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said, I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple of people recommended the Good Feet store to me, I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a good feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's trypie.com.
Live and local. Live and local. This is Sactown Sports.
H to the Izzo.
P to the Izzy.
Something like that.
I did it.
Emil Fragoso. He's brought out the Italian in me.
I have.
So I am now Zakariah Frigerio.
You are.
You know what I'm saying? Sactown Sports
Heritage.
1140. Yeah, something like that. Coming up next, Drive Guys.
Hey.
Only one of the two Drive Guys, but we have a special host.
Some Kings royalty in the house today.
For
Certainly
sure.
do. All-time Kings icon.
Mhm.
Great Jerry Reynolds is
Hey! Jerry.
Stop so quick. You know. I mean, Mrs. Reynolds might be listening, so she needs to know that I'm appreciated elsewhere.
Yep.
I'm sure those blue eyes is what got her.
Oh, no
I
question.
thought I moved it the right way. It's supposed to be that way? Okay.
Happy opening day of the NBA season, Jerry.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And getting home and getting on the treadmill and watching games, and hope springs eternal. And
That's
and
right.
I'm hopeful that several teams in the South will fail. That's so that's
So the
one of
California
I've got
team.
different levels of hope, not just for the King, but the demise of others.
See, that's actually a point that we talked about earlier in the show. Now, look, the NBA has 30 teams, correct? The baseball has 30 teams. NFL has 32 teams. That means that 29 times you're rooting against, 29 times you're rooting against, 31 times you're rooting against. So you do more hating than you do loving. For instance, here, we're just rooting for the Kings. That's all.
Yeah, that's the good thing. Is
Mhm.
you can focus the positivity on one team, then you can dissipate it for the majority.
For
And
sure.
of course, it depends, because some of the teams that maybe you don't like, actually, you might not have to worry about it. They'll take care of themselves.
Yep.
So then you can laser focus on those that you.
Jerry's not a big Laker fan.
And
no reason why.
and to that point, the laser focus would be on the Lakers.
Mhm.
I don't care if they're 3-80 or 79.
Really? So, okay, but
That's
hang
too
on.
many wins. That's too many wins.
Okay,
How
but
many
what
do
if
they get?
Denver's playing the Lakers as they are tonight?
Yeah.
And then Denver could get a spot higher than the Kings. Wouldn't you be rooting for the Lakers to beat the Nuggets so that the Nuggets don't get the spot that the Kings could get? Sometimes you root for the Lakers, right?
No.
Never. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
Okay. Let's just say
that's anti-American. Come on.
All right, let's just say that the Nuggets and the Kings are tied for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And the Lakers are playing the Nuggets. And the Lakers are out of it. They're not even in the play-in game. You're not rooting for the Lakers in that game so that the Kings can get the number 1 spot?
I probably would.
Okay. I got you. I broke you.
But you got the only hypothetical.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you make of the disrespect in the offseason? Because, look, this is what I've said, okay? I've put my foot on the ground. And I've said, I think 3 seed again for the Kings. I think the Suns will have a better record just because there's a crazy amount of talent. And I really respect the Joker and Denver. But I'm seeing crazy stuff and, something that we've covered, different articles that are coming out. You could talk me into 4. You could talk me into 5. You could talk me into 6. You could even talk me into 7, maybe even 8. You're disrespecting me when you're getting me in to the playoff game. And some people even saying they were not even going to make that, Jerry.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, this team last year they got the 3rd spot. They deserved it. I can see where they might slip to 6 just because of the talent in the West.
Okay.
And then maybe the more important
the health thing. Oh, don't do the health thing, Jerry.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, I personally kind of wish some bad health on some teams too, but that's
you can't root for injuries, Jerry. I'm learning a lot about you in a small amount of time.
I don't want serious injuries, but
okay, just a semi-injury.
I mean, just things that keep him out 30, 40 games a year.
I'm telling you, he really doesn't like the Lakers. Long ago, he actually was a Laker fan, right?
I was back, in Jerry West days.
Way back.
He and Oscar Robertson, of course, they were my heroes growing up, and so I loved.
Did you watch Winning Time on HBO?
I did. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good representation of Jerry West? Because he wasn't happy.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I mean, I know Jerry well enough. Know he's got some idiosyncrasies. I mean, I've always said. I mean, all the former greats that I know are a little unusual. That's part of the reason they're great. They're not quite, all the wires don't connect just like they do to normal people.
Yeah. Well, Jerry, we're going back to the Kings. This is a young team, but now year 2 under Mike Brown. They didn't really add anyone, significant in terms of like a big name, but they had some nice people like Sasha Vezenkov and Chris Duarte. Where do you think this team needs to grow the most, just in terms of their starting 5?
Well, I think they have to get a little better defensively. I mean, and they've been together, so there's no reason they can't get somewhat better. So that, to me, it's going to be hard to get a lot better offensively. I mean, I think, you can always see things. Well, Fox could be a little better deep shooter, and so Sabonis could be a little more willing to shoot the ball, things like that. But I think defense would be the easiest way to get better.
Yeah.
And I'm not. They're never going to be great defensive team because they don't have but one great defensive player in Davion, and he's not. And it's very difficult to stop guys from the bench. It's a tough angle.
That is
tough, real tough.
Great line. You got to cut that up. Hard to stop somebody from the bench. You seem to be. I don't mean to pay. Look, I've been aged all show long, as these guys are like half my age. But you seem more of like an old school guy, I would guess. I don't want to assume.
You don't have to assume.
Okay.
It's a fact.
All right. So when it comes to the 3-point shot, where do you stand on that? Because that, to me, is going to be the biggest thing that I'm watching for the Kings, whether it's Sasha, who obviously has shown how well he can shoot overseas, but also Fox being the superstar of the team, not a great 3-point shooter. And we've all talked about off night. He would get a lot more playing time if his 3-point shot would fall more frequently. And then Herter up and down with the 3-point shot. Where are you on the 3-point shot in terms of the landscape of the NBA?
Well, I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's overdone. And I give you, Whitey knows this, I'll give you the Jerry Reynolds rule.
Yeah.
Is that the corner 3 should be eliminated.
Oh.
That
too short.
That the semicircle goes out to basically the free throw lines extended. And to me, what it would do, instead of shooting 53s a night, you might have teams shooting 30. And I can live with that. And also, more importantly, it takes away cheap threes. That shot's 3 foot closer. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, some free throws you get to shoot from 12 foot.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's fair.
Yeah. And I think as much as I enjoy the present game, I think the 3-point shot now is overdone, to where you're taking away the inside game, the post up game.
And everybody ends up playing pretty much the same way, right?
Yeah. I mean, when
you
you turn on TV, okay, there's going to be draw and kick, high screen roll, push the ball up in transition, and whoever's open shoots it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's 30 teams. And as you said, I'm old school. And I remember actually believe this, when some of them played different. They actually had a
post game and
I mean, and so, I just think as much as I love the NBA, I think they need to address this at some point because, and that on fast breaks. What really ticks me off the most, and what he's heard me talk about this is with the corner three, guys run to the corner instead of going to the basket.
Yeah.
And the 3-on-2 breaks, the hard
It's not
takes.
good basketball.
It's
You
not
go to the
good
rim.
basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what analytics says, but I tell them you can kiss my analytical butt. Is that? But they
Cut that up too.
You need to.
You can cut this whole thing up pretty much.
We're
just getting started.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'll be tuned in all day.
I think there's some merit to having an open court.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the most exciting plays.
Yeah, and I know you hate them, but the Showtime Lakers, they had a lot of open court runs, and they were a lot of fun to watch.
A lot of fun to watch.
I'll tell you what ticks me off, Jerry.
Okay.
Lack of offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
Because I was not the most athletic guy, but I was first team all league junior college basketball. You know what I mean? I did my thing. But one thing I did was rebound. These people don't offensive rebound. They don't follow their shot. They shoot the shot, they hold the pose, and then the ball, it would have bounced right back to them if they had just even moved a foot ahead. But instead, they're backing up thinking that they made the shot, and they didn't.
No, it's really it
ticks me
is
off,
because they're and you're right to be ticked off.
Okay.
I think because there is no real focus on that because there's almost more of a focus on you got to get back and protect
Transition defense.
transition
baby.
defense to a point.
But
where
what's
you're,
more important, offensive rebound or transition defense?
Well, I think
Other
they're both-
guys should be transitioning defense.
I think they're both. I mean, obviously.
Well, because when you shoot it, you know where it's
you
going.
know where it's going.
Exactly.
I mean,
I never had any idea where it was.
Well, you know if you miss right, you go to the right.
Well, a good shooter.
Anyways.
A good shooter is going to miss long or short. He's
Okay.
not going to miss right or left.
All right.
He's, that's generally speaking true. And then, so when you see a guy missing left and right and long and short, he's not a good shooter.
Exactly. All right. Coming up next, more of that great stuff. And I want to hear, I think you should have a whole segment dedicated, Whitey, just to what ticks Jerry off. Because I just like the term ticked off. It's a great
All
term.
you did, write them down for me. And,
Okay, all right,
I'll
I'll
have a
send them
special
over.
place for that.
I
list.
texted you yesterday.
Did you? Yeah.
You didn't give me a shout out. You just said somebody sent me the holding of the face
Oh, that, I
mask.
didn't know it was you. Okay, thank you.
You don't have my number stored? Okay, now I'm really
Wow.
offended. All right, it'll
Learned
be
a lot
my
of things,
swan
too.
song tomorrow, 10 to 2.
Thanks, guys.
Tune in for Emil Fergoso. I'm Zakariah, Sactown Sports 1140.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers?